And I think that's a better thumbnail. Took a I took a few extra moments just to get that thumbnail just right. You know what I mean? And with a good thumbnail, it goes a long way. You know, can't have and we're live, but you can't have a fucking shitty old thumbnail. Let me damper this one. That one needs to be dampered. And what am I sitting on? A fucking whiskey bottle? Jesus Christ. Sitting on a goddamn whiskey bottle. But yeah, signed in to hang out if y'all's so feel the need to pop in, say hello, like, you know, what I mean, how you been? I know I haven't been live in like, I don't know, let's call it like 2 weeks. 2 weeks, so like a while. I haven't been live in a while, but I'm live right now. The freedom is yours to, pop in, say hello. Like, how you doing? Even how you doing? Even and yeah, like I've been busy with work. Like, was on call last week, and I had to do like this and that, and like just busy with life. And life does get busy. Like, you know what I mean? It's not like, oh, what? I'm a YouTuber. I wouldn't say I'm a YouTuber. I would say I'm a man that YouTubes. You know what I mean? So yeah, sometimes this life gets busy, and it's not even the extracurricular, because this is the extracurricular. It's not extra. It's what, intracurricular activities, which is life. Kind of gets busy a little bit, and man, I worked in a fucking shady part of town, in a shady fucking apartment, fucking few weeks back, let's say. So I get in there, and I don't know if I told you guys this, but I get in there. I'm like, I'm getting ready to fuck. I assess the apartment. Live bullets right on the ground. I'm like, oh shit! Like live 9 mils. McFluffy Nips. Good to see you, my good man. Um, yeah, live bullets right on the ground, and I'm like, oh fuck! What? This is my obviously it's my first time fucking having live bullets on the ground in an empty apartment. And then there's all these like, at first I'm like, what the fuck's all over these walls? Knife marks? And at first I was like, oh man, look at all these knife marks. Like 50 in a small little zone, and then in another room, like, I don't know, 34. And then in the other room there's like a razor blade stuck in the wall. I was like, maybe these aren't knife marks, maybe these are razor blades. And then so okay, there's already like bullets on the ground, live rounds, razors in the wall, and then I go to paint one of the fucking windows, and I'm up on a ladder, and like I get to see on top of the kitchen cupboard, like 30, 40 like used needles. Like, wow. Wow. I know you can't believe you live in a city with none of this that happens under your nose, but I've renovated like a shit ton of apartments, and I've never. That was my first time seeing something like that. That was like, it was heavy. It was heavy right here. After that happened, I was like, oh my god, like for fuck's sakes, had to have a cigarette. And then I'm like, Man, I'm working with the guy. I'm like, man, that was crazy in there. That was heavy. That was crazy. Had another one, like, you know what I mean. I just was like, I don't know, not remove myself from the situation, but like, yes, it's dirty needles, but I still have a job to do. Sam here's in these house. What's up, Sam here? And yeah, just checking in with y'all's. You know what I mean. It's been a while. It's been a while. Just busy with life, and it's summertime. Like, there's not that many nice days here in like St. John. Like, out of the week, there's what in the whole world? There's seven days in the week out of the whole world. And then a lot of those days in St. John, it seems to like rain and not be nice weather. You know what I mean? And then with shitty weather, you're like, fuck, this is shitty weather. You get the shitty weather mood. You know what I mean? Oh, Sam here found a crack pipe in a hotel in Baltimore. Question is, where at? Like, was it like hidden, fallen, or forgotten, or the housekeepers didn't do a good job? Like, was it just under the bed, or was it like under the mattress? And man, why are you looking underneath the mattress? Then where was this? And yes, uh, that was my first time with needles. But yes, I sweep the ground before I lay a drop cloth. I sweep up and clean up a little bit before I start like painting and renovating. And sometimes, yeah, we do get pieces of like, I can only assume is crack pipes. Like, you know what I mean, like a crack pipe, or a glass, a thick glass straw, like a slushy glass straw for slushies, because it's bigger. No, I don't think that's the thing. I think it's for crack. It was under the nightstand. Yeah, so the housekeeper came in willy nilly. Let me just do the basics necessaries, like the wipe the toilet, the the change of sheets. I hope. I was given a meth pipe once. I still have it, but I don't do meth. And McFluffy Nips, I think I can almost picture the situation that would be acceptable. It'd be like, I don't know, one of your friends is like, "Here's my pipe. I'm quitting." Like, you know what I mean? Here, you take this, and you take the burden off his shoulders, and you just, I don't know, kept it or something. Because man, I've had quite a few buddies in trouble, and some of them not turned to me, but I ended up like, I don't know, just I can't even I don't even want to say words because like this is serious. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't want to say like throw some guidance. Like, who am I to guide anyone? Uh, but I've had some buddies like hit rock bottom, and they seem to reach out. And I've never had like a crack or a meth pipe, but I had a couple weapons. And when I say a couple, I guess just to exaggerate, it's more one. I had one guy like submit me a weapon. He was like, "I'm fucked," da, 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 after like hanging out with him for the night, and he hands me like this thing that goes around your knuckles. And instead of being the brass knuckles, it's like a brass knuckles blades, where the other side is a blade. So you're like, fa fa. You're not smashing. You're hurting, cutting. And he gives it to me, and I'm like, yeah, I can hold on to this. I don't think you should have this. And I don't have a use for it, but I just kept it. Never used it, never showed it to anyone, just kind of like tucked it away, and that was it. It probably fell in roll. Yeah, fell in roll and like just under the housekeeper's scope of work. It's a tough one. That seriously changes people. It hurts to watch. And yeah. Um, so that was like the drug house I worked with, and that was rough. But then I worked in another place very nearby the same neighborhood. Like, you know what I mean? Like two peas in the pod, the fucking same neighborhood of the place of the first one. So this one, I fucking open the door, and on the fucking kitchen wall, there's this giant suicide note. And you're probably thinking, oh, like, what kind of a giant suicide note? I know you're thinking that, but I'll describe it a little bit. It's almost like, I've had enough. I'm doing this now. Boom, in big old letters. Each letter was about this big on the wall. It took up the whole fucking wall. And then over here, it's almost like side notes, like death side notes. It's almost like so and so's name. You're a great friend, but afterwards you like just were like this to me. Blah blah boom. And then this other person's name. You're blah blah blah. And then and then she signed it all and stuff.
If I found my ice cube tray, where would that be?
It'd be right here.
Of course.
We're just within.
Oh, the cover's still on it.
Yeah.
Everything. It's filthy. Okay, cool.
All right.
Thanks. Sorry for interrupting.
Have a good evening. I had made drinks and I had the ice cover tray and guess it's necessary to have it now. Like someone needs ice. Someone needs ice in a few hours, and if not tomorrow, someone needs ice. Um, you are truly trustworthy. Um, I don't wish anyone well, and I want to leave this world thinking I've made the world a better place. And so far, so good. Like I think I could fucking die tomorrow, and I think I've left this world a better place just in general. Um, but yeah, trustworthy is also. I owned brass knuckles when I was a minor. Cops confiscated it. It would have been a different place now when I use them in fight. Yeah, oh, 100%. Like you use brass knuckles in a fight. Oh, you're asking for a bigger charge. A big if you're gonna get caught, you're asking for a bigger charge. 100%. Ray the third or Ray 3. I don't know. Ray Turd. No. That sounds like Ray 3. It's in the Jesus. CJ Hale's in the Jesus. Was that meant mean dead poop? Let's watch. It's a tough one. That's no, I don't think it was mean. Like you know what I mean? Like I don't think that was mean. Hey, buddy. Hey, Ray 3. Sorry, not mean. That was an autocorrect. So yeah, I don't even know now. You don't even know. The Google doesn't even know. Your autocorrect doesn't even know. Howdy, peoples. Howdy, CJ Hill. It's been a while. It's been a while on your part. It's been a while on my part, but I'm glad these parts met after a while once again. You still fucking with that rye? I had it up my ass recently because I sat down. This bottle's right behind me. I have so out of the 12 bottles, I have this one and a full one. I have this one and a full one out of 12 bottles of 1 liter rye. You know what I mean? That's what I don't know if that's a flex. I don't know if that's like, oh man, that's a lot of booze in a short period of time, or that's what's left. That's what's left. Um, felony. I California have brass knuckles. I think all of Canada is super illegal. Like I know, like for us to even buy brass knuckles around here, it almost has to masquerade as something else. Oh, these brass knuckles aren't brass knuckles. It's a belt buckle that's removable. Like you know what I mean? Like they're super illegal around here. You mean Nazifornia? And I wouldn't say that. I don't know nothing about California too much. But wasn't California the state that was like it's almost like homeless people, boom, we give you more rights, and then the homeless people are just doing whatever the fuck, like, you know what I mean? I thought, and I could be wrong. Like I don't even listen to the local radio, like, you know what I mean? Like I'm in a bubble. Um, I said that was Mrs. Deadpoop. Okay, cool. Uh, Biden's a Biden, and I know like politics don't belong in bars, and politics don't fuck rules. I'll talk about politics all I want. I'll only talk about it a little bit, but isn't Biden like has a touch, if not like a fucking strong touch of dementia? Isn't that guy dementia a little bit? Isn't that guy like a? I saw videos like, "Bah, mom, where are you at, bah?" And the mom died like I don't know, like 10 years prior. It's like Biden's looking for his dead mom, and his mom died like 10 years ago. And this guy's running a country where he can't like realize when his mom's dead. You know what I mean? And just a sec. I don't even know what that means. If I have Netflix download on my phone, I don't know. Amen, brother. Glad to hear. Yeah. And I don't know if you're saying probably not. I don't know if you're saying that about my Biden dementia thing, but yeah, fucking. I don't know, man. That guy doesn't seem to have his shit together. Like, not only would I not want him to run the country, I probably wouldn't let him manage my Blockbuster video store. Like, you know what I mean? Is the meeting? Is this the meeting about the thing? And Elmo's in his house, and yeah, it is a meeting about the thing. Like we were talking about taking the thing and moving it over here, but then Buddy said that wasn't the right spot for it, so the thing's staying over there for now. And I don't know when the thing's gonna move. I don't even know it's supposed to move. Like, you know what I mean? That's beyond my pay grade. Homeless, yes, exactly. All bums in America go to California. And yeah, like that's what I mean. Like they got gifted extra rights where you know when they say it's hard out here for a pimp, it is everywhere's. But you know where it's not out here for a homeless? California, because it made it easy. And me as like a fucking Boy Scouts, Army cadets, and just a fucking darn right smart dude that's lived in the country. Give me a piece of land, and California can't take it back, and let me build out of the resources around some kind of shelter in California where there's no like snow to deal with. I could live there year round. I could live there comfortably year round. Like I could easily I could easily California live off the land as a homeless man. I believe. And I think I'd be a great Californian's homeless man, I believe. Um, because every state pays into well, they get a paycheck just for leaving. Yeah, he's a corporate shill. Yeah, like, man, bite. I don't even know how it happened, dude. Like, before he got voted in, wasn't there videos of him being real weird with little girls, or was that after? I think that was before. And it's almost like, and you guys voted for him? Like, you voted for like a crazy, pervy Uncle Tom that has dementia, and you want him to have the nuke keys? Okay, cool. We're not doing so bad here in Canada now with our fucking prime minister that's got his own problems. Like, Biden is as much there as Justin Trudeau. Yeah, and our prime minister is like, you know what I mean, like different than yours. Ours is smart. It has his head on his shoulders, but just makes the world's stupidest and weirdest decisions. It's like, oh, Canada's suffering, but let's give like, I don't know, millions to this like third world country just because their trans laws are not that great. Uh, he's wasted weird money like that, and I don't mean to sound like waste. Like if we had it, like whatever, let's try to help make the world a better place. But shouldn't we feed the hungry first before you make like a better living solutions for trans people in uh, I don't know, like Sweden or wherever the fuck it was? Like, you know what I mean? Like there's better helpings that we can do with like millions, with millions. Like, you know what I mean? Like donate a buck or two, Trudeau, if you want, but with millions that could actually do something, like do better. Like do better with it. The bums get a bus ticket and cash a dip. Oh fuck. And no doubt, no doubt. If California is like, oh, come on in, and every state is like, I'd like to see you leave. Boom. I could see that. They try to contain them in all in Skid Row, but they can't. Man, I wish I had a better memory for places, but I have a pretty good memory. And my memory says that one time I saw a show, or I don't know if it was in Nevada or somewhere like that, like this abandoned town where people parked a bunch of trailers and this that, and people are living like, I don't know, like almost like an outlaw town. And I hear there's a lot of weird outlaw towns in the U.S. Like, let me live there. Unless it's super easy in California because all these like homeless laws. Let me move to California, but let me try the life in the Badlands on these like abandoned cities or these like hobo cities, the better ones where like it's not hobos, it's mixed up with like criminals and retirees and extremists. Like, you know what I mean? That sounds like great living. And you know who I met today? I met a famous person today, which man, what a funny meeting. At least you can go up to the hospital without going bankrupt. Oh, in California. So I met with like an X Games alumni today. This old dude, sunglasses, sweatband, long hair, fucking BMX jersey on, rolling by with a BMX. Does one of these little fucking stunt, little break, sideways break. He's like, yeah, bro, you gotta. And this guy's like fucking. This guy's got years on me. This guy's got years. This is an old dude. Hey, bro, you got a lighter? I was like, yeah, okay. So I'm talking to him, and because he's got the jersey and he's got the BMX bike, I'm like, I'm just not cracking jokes, but I'm cracking comments, and I'm like, man, with a get up like that, I must assume you know a few tricks. He's like, and he points at his jersey. He's like, you see the name on the back of this jersey? That's me. And he's Joey Fee Joey Phenom Fee Joey Fee Phenom. Boom, from X Games. He's bumming me for a lighter in front of the bar today. Like he knows, like Matt Hoffman and Dave Mira and all that, like all the X Game boys. And he was there back in '97, and he was bumming a lighter off me today. That was awesome. Great guy, great guy. You know what I mean? Uh, I'd like to sit down for like a full fledged like interview with them, but I never saw him ever before in life. Will I ever see him again? I don't know, probably not. A city in Florida paid that Baby Shark song all night to get the homeless people out of there. That was completely horrible. That's a weird tactic. That's a weird fucked up tactic. That's mental warfare almost. Me, I could deal with that. Like you blast Baby Shark full metal concert level, few feet away from my fucking face. Couldn't I put toilet paper in my ear, wrap a t-shirt, wrap a t-shirt, wrap a t-shirt, and still have a good night's sleep? Probably, because half of them are on the fucking heroin and all this and that. So drugs, a little piece of toilet paper, and a couple fucking headbands around your ears. That wouldn't be that wouldn't be too bad to deal with, I would assume. You know what I mean? As far as homeless, they wouldn't get me out with a little Baby Shark. And I have, man, my zoning out, my zoning out skills, talent. Is it a talent or a skill or through the roof? Like when you go in a car and boom, you put your seatbelt. If you don't put your seatbelt on, it's like ding, ding, ding. In the older cars, there's a couple dings. Wait a while, couple dings, and then it just fucking doesn't ding anymore. The new cars, it's like dingity, 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 ding, ding, dingity, dingity. And man, either I'm a passenger or a driver. I don't buckle up, and I just buckle after someone tells me to because that ding is too annoying. Because me, that ding don't bother me in the least. Like I will fucking hear that fucking ding all day long. Dingity, dingity. Look, I don't even think about it till somebody mentions it, and I'll hear the radio just fine. It's also illegal to ask for money. If you have a sign that kind of suggests that a little money could help, would that be a loophole? Because that's all you need. And I think if I was homeless, I would love to give them a talent of some sort because that's what I'm prone to. Like you're standing there asking for money, or if you have a sign that says you want money, unless the sign is super clever, super awesome, you're not getting a dime from me. But if you're that shitty recorder player, like flute doo doo flute doo doo flute doo, or like a guitar, or like what I mean, you trying to hustle for that money or have like a talent or I'll reach in my pocket see what I got. It is a digital world. It is a fucking bank card world. And who has cash in their pockets, right? Not everyone all the time, but I do sometimes. And when I do, man, I'll be more prone to give it to the fucking guy playing a fucking shitty "Oh When the Saints Come Marching In" on a fucking recorder flute than a guy just asking for it and tell me he needs. Oh, I need that because I don't give a fuck about your because. Like, don't get me wrong. I need it because I don't give a fuck about your because. Learn to play the fucking wooden spoons, a recorder, or a kazoo, and then possibly you'll get some of my money. Like true story. You know what I mean? And maybe your target audience isn't my money, but if you do want my money, that's a life hack. Learn to fucking play the kazoo or something. Like, you know what I mean? And that's how you get my money. with some kind of childhood class instruments. Even I don't know how you call them, the maracasses, the you know what I mean. You rhythm up a little fucking. You might get the whole change out of my pocket. You might get the whole change out of my pocket. Man, are these papers pooched? It's a humid day today. Oh, look. See what I mean? It was a humid day today, and the glue done like licked itself. The glue licked itself. Ah, that's what you get. Humidity. Was it hot in St. John today? Ah, it was okay. It was humid. Okay, got one. Got one. When your new car dings, you can't turn it off. Yeah, it doesn't go silent. Some of the old ones go silent after a bit. I think it's for like people like me that like, you can ding all you want. I mean, I ain't gonna fucking put this on. Harmonica. He was talking about maracas. Yeah, exactly. The maracasses. You know what I mean? The fucking looks like a light bulb on a stick with some fucking, I don't know, beans in them. Chicka 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 chick. That was in our music class. We had those. Chicka chicka chick. You know what I mean? And usually you're not really playing the song. You're just a fucking, I don't know, special in the corner. Just then the teacher's like, I'm gonna give you this. Like, you shake this on the rhythm, and the whole time the fucking music teacher is like, man, I hope this kid don't fuck this up. That's pretty much like if you get the fucking little shucka shucka in music class, the music teacher is like pretty much saying, listen here, you special. Don't fuck this up. Don't fuck this up. And man, out of PC-ness, I had to curb that sentence quite a bit. And man, lately, YouTube's been a fucking not a thorn in my side, but a fucking thorn in my inbox. Get this email this week. I get one last week. I get with the week before. It's like, Deadpool 420. This video on YouTube that's been up for like the last year or two, has now been deemed age restricted. And me in my head, I was like, fuck, of course, I'm not going to dispute this, but you guys suck if you guys didn't think that earlier, like a year ago. You know what I mean? But yeah, they're flagging a lot of the old shit down. Tiny Ducks in the Jesus. What's up, Tiny Ducks? Hello, dude. How's it going? It's going well. It's going well. I just streaming, hanging out with a few buddies and stuff. You're more than welcome. Just chilling. Yeah, also just chilling. That would have been probably the easiest answer. Uh, did you ever install the kill switch on the Mazda? I did install the kill switch, and then the registration ran out, and then after that, no, the inspection ran out, and then I got an inspection sticker. Oops, man, what's that? Dust in my eyes. Got the car inspected. Fucking dust in my eyes, and I hate the car so much I didn't even put the key in it. Didn't even put the key in it since like last November. Even though, man, she's totally inspected. Fuck. Is that fan on? Why am I getting so much dust in my eye? Um, so technically I could drive it around, but I just haven't even put the key in it. out of straight up hard feelings. Just out of straight up hard feelings. It's going well. It's going well. Though there's a code you can put in your stereo to turn off the dings altogether. Uh I could see that, but I could also see that being almost like not a factory reset, but like deep car knowledge, or you have to like I don't know, hold the hour button, then the minutes, then the volume, then the this, then your deep settings, because you wouldn't really want that to be off, and the manufacturers wouldn't really want that to be off either, right? And yeah, Tiny Ducks, man, roll one up. I just roll one up. Man, let's roll one up. You know what I mean? This is Deadpool 420, 420 friendly. 420 friendly, but my joints out. My joints out. Jones back on. Jones back on. And I could see one of these days, like, even this would be like, ban, like, adult age restriction. Like, I hear on TikTok, like, I see a lot of people, like, when they do a weed related video, instead of them doing this, it's them doing this. They're like, oh, let's talk about weed. Blah, 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 blah. And then the exhale is like that weed proof moment, because smoking it on camera, I guess, is like a big no on TikTok. And as a content creator, um, I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. Like policies. What was it? Guidelines, policies. I don't give a fuck. I don't even advertise. I don't even advertise. The I don't know, 200 friends on the 200 friends on Facebook don't know when I put a video out for my 300 subscribers on YouTube, and my 300 subscribers on YouTube don't know I have a TikTok channel, and the TikTok people don't give a fuck about my fucking Twitter channel and Instagram. Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. Just a poster child for poor management. Just a poster child of poor management. And management to what? Management to what? Exactly. 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 You know what I mean? Oh, did I talk my way into zero people? That's what I did. Either the internet's all fucked up or I talked my way into zero people. One of them's not my fault. And the other one's sad as fuck. One of them's sad as fuck. Um, and being that nobody's here, I could almost like tell you guys what I've been writing in my personal diary. And let me look that up, because there is no one. There's no one here. Let me look up my personal diary for you guys on my phone. And you know what I write in it? Just jokes. No, I'm still doing shit and hanging out. And I figured I think this is the number in the corner is wrong anyways, and that's what I thought. I knew someone was listening, but I will still read my diary. I sometimes I fucking write a joke or the beginning of a joke, and the next day it don't even make sense. So let me read you exactly what I wrote, and let's see if it makes sense to you. Because man, when I wrote it, I know myself, right? I'll write shit down, and I'm like, this is just enough information for me to remember what I was even talking about. You know what I mean? Like this is just enough information, and sometimes it's not enough. So I wrote. This is what I wrote. This is what I wrote. I don't know, a few weeks ago. To securely lock your phone, instead of using fingerprint, use your dick tip. Oh, and jerking off is a baby shower. You know. This is what I wrote in my phone. And then here's another one. And then this is a reminder of a story. Like I know this guy. Like you ever meet? Should I just read what's here, or should I try to do it? Let me try to do it. See how it turns out. Because this is a story. This is a reminder of a story that I fucking told all drunk. I was like, I should remember that. So, anyways, we went to. Did you ever meet a Boy Scout that was once a Boy Scout when they were a kid, and then now that they're adults doing adult things, they use like Boy Scout skills for like evil. Cause man, one of my buddies one time we went to this thing, and as soon as we got in the hotel, he's like, "Yo, Dad Poop, is there the notepad?" And I'm looking at him all weird. He's like, "The notepad?" He's like, "Yeah, every hotel room's got a notepad and a pen. Give me the notepad." So I give him that notepad, the old fucking I don't know sticky notes, notepads with the fucking Hilton Hotel on it or whatever. I give that to him. Next thing you know, this guy's doing not one or two fold overs. Like this guy's doing like a 12 move or origami. No, origami. No, that's it. It's origami. No, it's still the same word. Origami. No, closer. Origami. No, still not right. Origami. No, back to the first word. Fuck. Origami. Origami. Yeah, he does like a fucking 12 move origami. Boom, folds one, boom, folds one, boom, boom. And then next thing you know, he puts fucking. And because of YouTube, let me just say the words like, I don't know, puts a substance in them, put a substance in them, in each one. Boom. So he's got this guy's an ex Boy Scout. He's got like, I don't know, like 12, 14 envelopes all fucking origami folded with substance in them. And it's like, I was like, holy fuck, whoa, that's crazy. Why'd you do all? And he's like, watch this. Boom, folds it out. It's almost like the origami, fuck, origami crane is just pouring the substance right in his nose cavity. Just, I was like, holy jeez, the preparedness of Boy Scouts has turned you into evil. Like this guy is using like always be ready as like an evil tool. But evil, no, that's harsh words. Like just and it's always being ready too. Like you know what I mean? Like I will prepare to bring my own substances that I'm into. You know what I mean? We're not saying we're like I'll bring like my weed and my weed tray. Like I'll have a whole backpack, like a weed purse. Like I'm a guy with that one shoulder European carry all, full of weed and weed accessories and weed supplies and all the products you need to roll the perfect joint or to smoke it or to fucking you know what I mean. So it's not evil, but man, I loved his preparedness for his substance. And I don't know how that translated too, but that was like notes in my phone to kind of just retell that story a little bit. All right, so what? Let's move on. Let's move on. What else is in Dear Diary? What else is in there? I had a note that maybe I should sing the Baywatch song in a video at some point. At some point, I got so high or drunk or like just like probably mushrooms that I thought at one point in my life on July 17th that I should take time to to sing the Baywatch song on video. What is this? Giggle P folded, origami weed eye, Mr. Miyagi, happy so loud, Liberace, smoky ass room, bacon hickory, cheap bag, chip bag. I don't know what that means. Giggle P folded, origami weed eye, Mr. Miyagi, happy so loud, Liberace, smoky ass room, bacon hickory, chip bag. What? That's a note. That's a note on my phone, and that, you know what I mean. That's what I have to deal with. Sometimes this the ciphering is paint cock and balls on the walls before I paint it. I thought that was a good idea. Gooks of Hazard. Probably shouldn't have said that, but that was written on here. I have a flexible neck collar. Couldn't say no. I said maybe a lot. And then a pistachio pudding. You know what I mean? Like a little pistachio pudding. Somebody told me I've never had pistachio pudding ever in life, and somebody must have told me about it, and I was like, "What? Pistachio pudding isn't an old folks' home, meant for only old people type of fucking pudding?" So that's what I thought. They're like, "No, no, pistachio pudding's great," and wrote it down months ago, and I haven't tried it. You know what I mean? Like I've had a play date with pistachio pudding according to my phone months ago. I never tried it yet. Maybe one day. Maybe one day I will pistache. And man, where's Johnny Azul? And I love all y'all's, but realistically, Johnny Azul is the one that said on Reddit was like, man. Well, he just said, "Are you streaming tonight?" I think he said it's been a while, or did I imagine that? Because it has been a while. So I was like, yeah, I'll stream. Where the fuck's Johnny? Johnny! Yeah, you know what I mean? I told you, say you were a Solitarium, Johnny. It's a gabagool. And he's not even here. So fuck a gabagool, John. Actually, no, you know what Johnny is? Johnny's a fucking fugazi. He's a fucking fugazi this evening, Johnny. Know what I mean? Um, who who watches the what if started? The what if I'm excited for. The first episode, fuck, that was a throwaway. That was the shittiest episode, and I know it's gonna be the shittiest episode because it was a throwaway. What if, what was it, Agent Carter was Captain America? That's a throwaway episode, but in the Marvel world, the what ifs are fucking awesome. Like the man, I'm an old school collector reader, old school, and when they came out with a what if, it was like wow, wow. And some of these what ifs are actually worth quite a bit of money. Like when I say new, I mean like during my adulthood. I think it's like what 2000s, to early 2000s. One of the what ifs was, what if was it Venom infected Deadpool or venomized Deadpool? Boom, what if? And it's not that old. I saw it. Did I own it? No, but I saw it. Could have, didn't. Um, that went from, I don't know, a $3 comic to like I don't know, $200, maybe 300 bucks, like fucking graded in a hard plastic case. I don't know. And that's movies. That's movies. Like Deadpool, yeah, the Deadpool comic went through the roof, ridiculously, of course, and it should. And the Venom movies, boom, that brought it up. So now the combination, them two, boom, that one went up. It only makes sense. Like, you know what I mean? It only makes sense. And some of it is just, and I hate to say it. Like, I wish a comic would like, I don't know, bear merit on its read or on the storyline. And yes, first appearances mean a whole lot. Um, but some people just fucking plan to make it like collectible. Like the new Ninja Turtles when that came out. Was it the Last Ronin? That came out what, last year? Last year, this year, last year. The Last Ronin, Ninja Turtles. They made a small run, sold out in the first week, of course. So then a week or two later, the price has already gone double. A week later, the price was ridiculous. That's when I bought mine. And then after that, it kept going up. Like, you know what I mean? Like, these comic book peoples purposely fucking held off on the runs just to make that fucking the collector's money, I guess. Hey, Rachel, how's it going? Rachel's in the Hezeus. And what are you doing? Yeah, what are you doing? Yeah. So nowadays they like pre-plan to have like comic books like fucking worth something. Um, I was looking for a documentary, and you came up on my list. Random fun. Yeah, that is fun, and that is random, and that's why I was kind of like, how the heck would I even pop up on your radar? And yeah, just sometimes I have a few drinks and stuff with some internet friends on YouTube. Yeah, you know, yeah. I thought you might have been at the panic room because there's a few people down there, but I kind of went over here, then over there, and then back over here, not over there tonight because I was technically I was over there last night. And not that that's like been there, don't have to be there, but it was just like been there, be here, like, and that's the thing, you know what I mean? That's the thing, and you missed out before you showed up. Like I was reading my like dear diary almost. It's I was like reading a few weird random memos in my phone, and I use my phone almost like as my dear diary, like, you know what I mean, like let's say if I was upset or something like that, and it was like I'm upset, and this is worth remembering. Sometimes I would write it down, or if I thought of something funny, sometimes I would write it down, or if I need a passcode to get to a building, I would write it down. So it's like a bunch of everything. Like I use my like notes on my phone as like a, I don't know, a sticky note, but the sticky note never erases. So sometimes you go through it, and a lot of it's nonsense. A lot of it's nonsense. And that's what I was reading. I was reading the ones like one was like, I don't know, okie dokie pee, and I don't know. It didn't even make sense. It had to be there. I hope tonight things are getting busy selling my house. Man, I'm thinking about selling my house. I mentioned it to the wife because one of my buddies has got like a he's got a shitty house on the shitty part of West Side, dated as fuck, and like I don't know, a few years ago, he would have told me he was trying to sell it for 80. I'd be like, good luck, good luck. Anyways, posted it, sold in a week, got more than his high than his fucking asking price. Sold for 175. I'm like, what? I was like, maybe I should sell mine. Sell mine and go into another fixer upper and like slowly fixer upper. Go big to small. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't need two apartments. You know what I mean? Like, and I know it's a buyer's market, so that's the only like. Anyways, hopefully you have a place in mind because if you're selling high, you know you have to buy high, and that's the only thing that's like worth thinking about. Because I'd like to sell here and go into like a payless thing. Like it's almost like let me buy this place, let me sell this place, and let me buy this place, and have money for renos. I will be to blow off some steam solo this time. ATV. I don't know. That's a big acronym. Like I skipped the acronym because I don't understand the acronym, but I get it. You'll be probably at the next show. Um, I'm going to buy apartment Forest Hills new building in November. Okay, going to an apartment. Yeah, and apartments pretty fucking high in rent too out here. Like it's crazy. Like 800 bucks don't even get you out of the ghetto. Like you know what I mean. Some of these ghetto apartments are like I don't know. From what I understand, like 750, 800, and you're still in the ghetto. So like you know what I mean. Like I don't know if you ended up making money off the sale of your house with the rents being so high, you're just giving it to somebody else. You know what I mean? Like I don't know. Too bad the market wasn't like it was. Like man, I remember like I don't know as recent as 4 or 5 years ago, there's some houses out in Milford, right where I would want to live. These like 1 story houses with a big garage be like I don't know 40 grand, 40 grand. And man, that would have been ideal. That would have been ideal. Yeah, brand new, all in for wow, wow. That's a lot of months for an apartment. Wow, wow. Is it unless is it a condo that you like rent to own? Wow, yeah, 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 yeah. I guess, yeah. I don't know. I never really played the big money game myself because here I am talking about a house in Milford for 40. You know why? Because I bought this place for like 40. It need a lot of work. I bought it for 40, and then the strip of land, let's say for 10. So I'm in it for 50, and then upstairs needed about 20. So where we at? We at 70, and I don't know. Like before this market thing, I would have been lucky to get 100, and since this new housing market boom, I don't know. I could get a lot. I could get a lot more, but then I have to buy something that's a lot more. And yeah, heated garage, gyms. Yeah, okay, okay, yeah. Those are cool. You're living apartment style, but condo style in a sense, where you have all these amenities. Like I was renovating an apartment in the Brentwood Towers. That has like two elevators up to the 15th floor, and they have an indoor pool and this and that, and it's visitors parking over here. Um, yeah, there is some swanky places. There is some swanky places around here, and that is nice. Like probably a rec room. Probably you probably have access to a pool and a pool table, possibly ping pong. Uh, what else could be in a building facility? I don't know. I know on Douglas Avenue there's a big one, and they have like they call it a common room. There's a shitty fucking cat scratched couch and no TV in a room. It's like, oh man, you know what I mean? Oh, it's cool that the building has this, but man, what are you gonna do with a fucking cat scratch, dirty couch, and no TV in the room? Bring a deck of cards. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, and the same place, but kind of same idea, but new. And yeah, that would be cool. And yeah, you single, and your son is 20. So you're looking for you, like you know what I mean. You're looking out for you, and even like, man, I've renovated some nice bachelor apartments that are almost to die for. Where a bachelor apartment, you don't have much. You got either the living room is the bedroom, and you get a kitchen and a bathroom, and sometimes the kitchen is in the living room bedroom. But man, I've renovated a couple of ones that was like a one bedroom, no living room, and it was like, wow, wow, this is not bad. Like this is not bad. You know what I mean? Like classy. Yeah, yeah. I'd be curious to see. So yeah, send a few pics. Yeah, timing. And if the housing market drops, maybe that'll all drop. You're definitely you're definitely making big moves in the big move times. Like this housing market has never been like this. Like and my buddy on the west side that his place sold, it was like sight unseen from a guy in Ontario. Like sight unseen. Like people in Ontario, the price of our houses almost mean nothing to them. Like you know what I mean? Oh, you want to buy RSPs or you want to buy housing in New Brunswick? But also, you know what I think it has something to do with is technically New Brunswick is like beating the high score in fucking COVID. Like if COVID was a video game, New Brunswick is doing so well that fucking we're getting high scores in New Brunswick, and maybe that's why they want to buy property out here. I'm happy to hear, boy. Shabbos this. Shabbos this. No, am I? Happy to hear, boy. Shabash this. Shabish this. I don't. I can't. I think I'm reading it, but I don't think I'm understanding it exactly. I have to take a risk, and you know what I mean. It might be the perfect time for the risk, just because it's it's a never seen. It's never seen before. It's the land and the space we have as well, and yeah, you're in a seller's market. You'll get like, man. One of my friends just moved down from, was he out, like he was out in Alberta and BC, and I think the last spot was Ontario. Anyways, fuck, he's down. He was moving back to St. John. He's in St. John, and he's looking for a place. So, anyways, he's looking for a place, and he's showing me all these places for sale, and I was like, this makes no sense. Back then, that would be so much cheaper. That'd be so much cheaper. But he showed me places on the outskirts. Um, was it Penobsquis? And it was like pricey. Like, you know what I mean? Like, usually if you leave town, usually if you're in the boondocks and it takes you like over a half hour to get to work, the price of your house went down. But now with this market boom, like I don't know, even they're asking for a lot. And Johnny, man, I was waiting for you, dude. The whole time. I'm like, where the fuck is Johnny, dude? Glad you could be here. And when you do listen to this again, you will hear my rant about where's Waldo and you're Waldo, Johnny. You are hilarious. Will you visit me? Visit you in a private condo that may or may not have a pool table, and a like badminton table. I love badminton. Like man, in high school, we were a small school, but I was pretty good at it. So you know what I mean. Oh, smack a few badminton rackets around, possibly. We'll see. We'll see. Um, no, you're Waldo, Johnny. You're Waldo. Yes, I was Waldo. What, last week and the week before? Like this, like 2 weeks non streaming, and it shows. It shows. I even think I was chatting with like I don't like. I think I was even chatting by myself there for a little bit. You know what I mean? Like, and that's the lack of activity. That's the lack of activity because life, right? Battle for a day. What's up, brother? What's up, brother? Get us in the house. I'm good. I'm good. How are you? How are you? Busy man. I've had a couple busy weeks. That's why I haven't been streaming. But couple busy weeks, and guess what? This busy week ain't over. I have to work in a restaurant on Sunday. I have to do a Sunday shift. Work on the Lord's Day, on the Lord Jesus Christ Day. Work for not time and a half. The Lord didn't bless me with more money than I should make. Just a regular amount. You would never beat me in badminton. Okay, first off, Rachel, I was saying, was I saying badminton? I meant to say like ping pong. I meant to say ping pong because ping pong's more of an inside sport. But badminton, you don't even understand my badminton skills. Like I was like, this is my badminton skills, and then this is not exaggerating. The best in my school, in the whole school, for my age grade, the best. Also, the best in St. John. and also the fourth in regionals. You know what I mean? And doubles, like you know what I mean. Like yes, I was good. Maybe my partner was a little better than me. Sometimes I had moves that I thought I was maybe better than him, but maybe he was better than me. But doubles, me and him, best in the school, best in St. John, fourth in regionals. College been pop for badminton. So no, I don't. Yes, as much as you say, oh yes, you could beat me in badminton, I would probably have a heart attack from the cardio. But skill wise, when was the last time you changed a tire? Like I don't know, twice a year. Winters to summers, summers to winters. You know what I mean? If you're smart and you get a car, you have your summers on a set of rims, and you have your winters on a set of rims, and then you don't have to pay the tire dude because they're already on rims, and they'll last for what, a season or three. And so you put them on in between. You know what I mean? So like twice a year I change tires. They have a basketball, pickleball, which I don't know what that is, and putting a green. They have like a green, putting a green. Oh, you want to see something cool? And I'm not good. Like I'm showing you something that would lead you to believe that I'm good at it, but I'm not. But I have one of the coolest things ever. I'm not good at it, but look at this. Look at this. I call this my peanut putter. You know what I mean? It's my peanut putter. But doinks. You know? Doinks. My peanut putter. And man, I've had a lot of golfing buddies that they're like, oh man, I want to buy that. It's not for sale. It's my fucking peanut butter. I will smash you in your head if you come close to my property. Booms. And also, I will sink some long putts with it. Mini putt style, you know what I mean? Boom. Peanut butter and jelly right there. Ping pong, I suck. No, and I'm okay at ping pong. Like I'm okay at ping pong. Like some people I could beat in badminton. Like I couldn't really beat in ping pong, but I don't give a fuck. James C. Smith is in his house. Good to see you. And hey, dudes. Hey. Um, love the little nutter. Well, I don't know if you could rename my golf clubs, but you can't. First and foremost, I like nice try, but it's the peanut putter. It's not the little nutter. It's a peanut putter. Like you can't rename it. Clever though, touche. But I believe you're gonna have to steal your own club from a mini putts, and then you could name it whatever the heck you want. Having some Trulies is I think yeah, Trulies are the same as the claws, aren't they? I'm having the watermelon claw right now, and tonight's my first night. Tonight's my first night ever having a watermelon claw. Like I'm like beer, blah, 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 rum, whiskey. Then eventually I'm like, oh, let me do the claws, and I get like a fucking assorted pack, and this assorted pack never has the watermelon, and I've also had the raspberry, and the raspberry is like not too bad either. Like put these in the assorted, get rid of the fucking grapefruit. I'd say get rid of the lime too, but a lot of people like the lime, even though I'm not one of those people. So I don't think I think we can just get rid of the grapefruit and put I don't know the watermelon in there. Jesus Christ, you know what I mean? Trulies are cheap White Claws. Oh, are they really? Because are you in Canada? Because I'm in Canada, and I think I saw Trulies. And man, I'm not brand name picky. Like I'll fucking switch from a claw to a Truly if it's good. Like you know what I mean. If a Truly's not too bad, Truly I'll give it a fucking try. You know what I mean? But I've had some like I don't know White Claw knockoffs before. I don't know what their brands were or whatever the fuck, but some of them weren't as good. Like you know what I mean? Like at the end of the day, like a White Claw's more than a beer. Okay, so you're already fucking Hollywooding. You're already fucking Esquire, Dead Poop Esquire. I'm getting the White Claws. I can afford more than beer, Esquire. Um, so you at least want it to be to your preference. Because some of these fucking shittier ones I've had were almost just as pricey, and they weren't as good. But yeah, I will give it a try. What's a good truly like flavor? What's the best? Well, actually, what's the best one? I'll buy a single. USA, they don't taste as good. Mm, well, and that's all a matter of opinion. Because like I said, like the lime one, I don't like. But a lot of people are like, oh, the lime's my favorite. I'm like, you're doing me a favor by taking them out of my assorted box. Like the fucking what was it? The black cherry. The black cherry is the fucking jam right there. White claws. I find more flavors. Esquire. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Because it's more than beer. Like you know what I mean. Like if I'm drinking this, couldn't I afford fucking? If I'm drinking these 12 claws, I could easily afford I don't know 24 beers. It's like pretty much I think these are like $40, and I think 40 beers is like $40 or close to it, or these. You know what I mean? It's the same thing. You're drinking for flavor. You're drinking for flavor. And beer's not bad. I'll drink beer all night, and I like the flavor of beer. I took away the love and I replaced it with like. But you know it's better than a beer. Let's say a White Claw. Let's say a fucking rum and coke. Let's say a fucking Caesar. Let's say a White Russian. But a White Russian, well, you don't want to drink them all night, but one of them's pretty darn tasty. Like you know what I mean? Um, and then the beer's good also. A Corona's real high up there, and then a normal domestic beer is good. Is good. It's good. I'm not here bagging on beer, guys. Like, don't even start in the comments and I'm bagging on beer. But not in a particular order, but better than beers. White Claws. The list is White Claws, Caesars, White Russians, rum and cokes, Coronas. Beers are good. That's how it goes. Um, does Dead Poop wear Dead Man's baseball cap? I don't know if that's an old story I told, but probably. Like I buy some of my hats used. Could have been off a Dead Man. I have a hat collection. Could have a Dead Man's hats. I have motorcycle helmets. One of them, like some of them look like people died. And like one of them's cracked all the fuck. Like you know what I mean? Like that dude died. That. Like you can tell the scuffs on the crack. That dude died. Um, No, but this is my hat. That's actually a brand new one. This is like fresh out the box, like footwings. This is not a dead man's hat. This is like fresh out the box. Um, your fancy pants. I'm not fancy pants, but like when you can supersize your fries and you don't have to, but you can. You can. Yeah, I do. Like you know what I mean. That's is that being fancy? Just because I can afford a supersized Coke and fries, is that really that fancy? I'm not living it. I can't afford quit spam, but I can have a bigger fry. What is your worst? What is your worst whiskey do you ever drink? Um, I'm not too familiar with whiskey. This is a whiskey that's really cheap, and it tastes like it's really cheap, but it does a trick. Like it's good. Um, but I can talk to you about vodka. I find vodka like because I don't drink that much whiskey. Like I'll have like a rum and coke. A little particular about my rum, not too much, but vodka, I'm very particular. You offer me a Smirnoff, I I'm not even like yeah. I'll probably if I have to. I'll probably take it if I have to. Do you have a beer though? Do you have a beer instead? But if you offer me like a better vodka, doesn't even like it's not even about $1. Sometimes it's the same price, but just a better vodka. That vodka will disappear in your mix and make the world of difference. Like there's what iceberg's great. Like we're talking like and I hear to you guys in the US, isn't a Grey Goose bottom shelf? Out here, Grey Goose is like top shelf. And Battle for a Day, am I right by saying that? Is Grey Goose bottom shelf for you guys? Rum and Coke, bam. Yeah, rum and Coke is good. But you I always go a double rum and Coke. But realistically, at the like after a few, you know what I can't help to think about? Man, that's a lot of like soda. That's a lot of soda, and then you almost want to like get off the soda because ain't nobody got time for that. All that soda, you get like soda hungover more than fucking hungover. What you got for tools there? What tools am I talking about? Weed tools in my weed pouch? Or you're talking about tools? I don't know tools. Um, I have tools. I'm looking to rehome if you think you can use them. Okay, now I get you what you're saying. That I don't know. Like I could, I work with tools. Maybe something could be useful to me. I'd love to have a look. Um, but I don't think I would need a lot or if any of your tools. But I'd like to look to see if in case there is something that could be useful because I would use it for work. But yeah, definitely, yeah. Yeah, if you're planning on having a yard sale, let me have first dibs at your yard sale, I guess. That dude died. Yeah, yeah. No, 100%. Like you can tell a lot by a motorcycle helmet. And that dude died. Like, and then some of them I have was like, yeah, that was a gnarly wipeout. That was a little. Must have dropped it. Boom. And then there's different levels, but no, this one is like he dead. He dead. Like like. And how much you want for this granny at the at a yard sale? She's like $15. I'd be like, I'll give you 10. And then boom, for $10, I got a dead man's helmet. And you know who's watching my back? That guy. Like that. When I put the helmet on, it's almost like I got a fucking guardian angel. It's like, oh, I won't let you do me like I did myself with the fucking head injury. Don't let me do you dead like I did to me. And I don't know why my guardian angel is Italian. I like honestly, I don't know. Or was that even Italian? But I don't know. uh, no, Grey Goose top shelf in Vegas too. No, but I heard somebody say that Grey Goose wasn't top shelf. Um, have you ever been to USA? Um, like let's say pre-adult me, yes. Adult me, no. I last time I was in the U.S., I was like, I don't know, like in high school. Like we went to, was it Boston one day just for the hell of it, just fucking just. I think we were whacked on acid. Like a van full of kids whacked on acid drove through the border. And the whole goal was like, oh, okay, we're whacked on acid. Let's fucking get through the border, which was about an hour away. All whacked on acid, just tripping balls. And we got there, and then like, oh, we're at the border. We're on the other side. It would look kind of stupid because we're all tripping balls to just go right around, go right back home to Canada. So we're like, well, we have to go somewhere. So it's like, boom, we hit the highway. We went to fucking Boston, and then back, and then back. There's like really no like more acid and stuff like that. Like, but yeah, that's my last time in the USA. I'll get some pics together so you can have a peek, buddy. I'd rather give them to people that I know. and and yeah, and I'll shoot you straight too. Like, you know what I mean. If it's something I can use, I've been around the flea market circuit and the yard sale circuit. I'll give you like fair yard sale price. I'll give you fair yard sale price. I have an old helmet here. You can have a look at. No one died in it. Well, if no one died in it, that helmet's fucking worthless. Like, you sure he didn't? No one died in it? Because man, that would bring the price up. It'd be for your best interest. I was kidding, and I just bought a helmet from the panic room yesterday. Man, it's an illegal helmet, uh, but it fits me like a glove. Like the DOT stickers, like peeling off, and then what? He's like, Jay was like, "Oh, that's a size small." I was like, "You don't understand. I have a small head. On my fit. Boom, I put it. It fits like a glove. Didn't even have to adjust the strap. The strap went like this. Fold the beard back, got to my Adam's apple, and then boom, beard spring bang in front. Boom. It's like, man, this helmet's meant for me. How much? He's like $10. I was like, dude, I have to take it. I have a helmet collection. Oh, how can I even say no to an illegal $10 helmet? I mean, like a lot of it. Will I ever ride with it? I don't know. I don't know. No, I am not selling it. I'm giving it. Well, if you're just giving it, if it's something I don't want, I don't want to take it. You know what I mean? Like if you can make a couple bucks on something I don't want, like Sounds like you have a badminton court and a bocce ball and a pool. Like, sounds like you're gonna need to sell this eventually. No, the owner died, but not from the helmet issues. Oh, I do want it. It is a death helmet. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you know what could happen? He didn't die in the helmet, but you know what his main love in life is? This guy that died riding a bike. So it's like so into the helmet. The helmet's possessed. Like you're selling me like either bad or good mojo. It'd be like possibly mojo. You're selling me mojo. Perfect deal. No pool. Yeah, dingbat. And Battle for a Day. I don't know. I don't know. I'm just going off the conversation. I'm just talking about a dead man's helmet, and I I would not be scared of a the dead man's helmet. Like there's mojo in it that like okay, personally I think, and change the subject anytime. You know what I mean? The topic is yours, guys, at the end of the day. But if I know a guy died in a helmet, you know what I would want to do? Strap it on my head because there's a good chance like this helmet ain't gonna kill two people. Like you know what I mean? Like do the odds. Like what is this? A fucking reverse lottery ticket? This helmet ain't gonna kill two. It's only killed one, right? No, yes, he left me three bikes, even a Harley. Wow, it's my dad. No good mojo for sure. Well, and then that's your feeling towards your dad, and I went for a long time with like dad bad feelings. And then eventually, you know what I said? Eventually, and I was a grown up in it. I was like, um, I'll be the adult and not be a total fucking dick. You know what I mean? Like with my dad, like, cause man, my dad was like, bah, you don't even get it. You don't even get. You guys don't. You guys were never in Nam. You guys were never in Nam. And eventually, I was like, let me put like, let me put Vietnam. Let me put all the fucking war wounds in the past, and be like, okay, fresh start, Dad. And you know what happened? We turned out to be good friends, Dad. Good friends. That's what happened. That's wrong. All right, then change the subject. Then I don't have to talk about Dead Man's helmet possibly saving my life. Because man, there's angel wings attached to this dead man's helmet. I'm pretty sure. Like you know what I mean? Oh, speaking of dead, you know what the wife got? You know what that wife that I got my wife? I gave my wife like fucking, and we're not married. Like we're not married, but we've been together forever. And you know what I mean, like you're not, if it's not marriage, then bam, she should get a ring. She still get a ring to do this, right? So I've got her like three rings in life, and one more expensive than the next. But what was it, the first or second one, you know, is a dead woman's ring that the guy I know fucking killed. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure this guy killed her. Like you know what I mean, don't Crime Stoppers this story, because I don't think he got charged. But anyways, this guy was a fucking biker dude, true and true, true and true. And one of my buddies lived like, so this is we're talking about two buddies. Like this biker lived here, and my buddy lived here. And my buddy was like, come over for a beer. And I went over to my buddy's house over here for a beer every now and then. And then I went over to my buddy's house over here for a beer and every now and then. When I was over my buddy's house over here, you know what happened? I would hear all the time, you like a bitch, like a fucking cow, like a bitch, yeah. and that kind of shit, right? So, fast forward a few years later, she fell down the stairs. The girl fell down the stairs, like, and died. Like his wife, unfortunate. Funeral, he was sad during it. And then soon after, he was like, dude, man, you want to buy my wife's ring? I was like, I don't know. It fucking depends for how much. And the how much was very little. And I bought it and I gave it to the fucking Mrs. Poop. I was like, man, you know what I mean? I don't know if I went down on one knee, but I gave her a fucking very fancy ring that came off a fucking dead girl. Like, you know what I mean? Like a murdered girl. Allegedly, or not allegedly even. Not murdered at all. Like, it was speculatively. Speculatively. And then the next really cool ring that was even more pricier, that like thousands more, was from like a failed marriage, like a failed like this I was such a fucking cunt and this and that. I was like, oh man, and it was man, I never seen that working in the first place. And then he's like, you want to buy the ring real cheap? I was like, how cheap is cheap? And I was like, the cheap was just cheap enough. You know what I mean? I don't know, judge, guys, judge. A dead woman's ring and a failed marriage ring, and the other one was like on eBay, not too much. I think it was like I don't even think it was like 10 carats. Like Jesus Christ, like 10 carats cubic zirconia. Um, a good mojo for sure. Exactly. This helmet will gonna kill you. Watch out, bro. I don't think so. I don't think so. And I have. You ever heard of a gremlin bell? Um, and that'll defeat all the bad mojo that ever happens. And I got one. And it was given in the best circumstances from the best guy ever. Like my gremlin bell has so much fucking wicked awesome mojo that in the bike world, I'm good. Even though, man, I don't know if I said this, but I dropped a bike on fucking Shed Night there a little while ago. Didn't drop it to the ground. I dropped it to my knees to the point where the bike was like sideways. But Jesus Christ, what an embarrassment on myself. Like Jesus Christ. Um. Oh no, shit. Then the ring. Happy Mrs. Poop. And I'm a straight shooter, right? So not right away because I'm not gonna spoil the moment. Give her this like fantastical like murdered woman ring. Um, Not right away, but let's fast forward. Maybe I waited about a month. And, we were having a couple drinks and this and that. Then there's no secrets and stuff like that. So I'm like, Mrs. Poop, you want to know a funny story about that ring? She's like, and she know how I be. Yeah, you know what I mean. There's no, she know how I be. And like, geez, do I even want to know? I was like, I don't know, but I'll tell you anyways. And then I told her, and she was like, she laughed. She laughed. Like, you know what I mean? At the end of the day, like she recognized that she don't believe in mojo and like you know what I mean? Like she's got her head on her shoulders. She don't believe in mystical voodoos and bad mojo and all this. Uh, so she was fine with it. She was like, "Wow, it's still a fucking beautiful ring." It was a puzzle ring. It was like a three-piecer. One had a diamond, and the other two wrapped around. This was like a fucking murdered lady's fucking beautiful ring that I got for I think a couple hundos. Like, you know what I mean? Like cheap. I didn't even think I went to a bank machine. I think I had it on me. Buddy calls me over. He's like, but dude, and I'm like, hey, what's up, buddy? Trying to like not say names or nothing like that, but I was like, how much? And I was like, I think I had that on me, and I was like, I think I was short a little bit, but he's like good enough. Yeah, he, like whatever the price was. I think I was like short a couple 20s. And he was like, ah, good enough. I didn't have to go to a fucking like I bought a fucking gold wedding ring, like relationship ring, and I didn't even have to go to an ATM. And some relationship would have been fucking foundationed off this ring. And this guy's a biker. This might have been a previous dead woman's ring too. Like who knows? There might be multiple deads. Have you ever murdered someone? Mm, not murdered. No, obviously I'm not. Well, you never know. I'm not aware that I've murdered anyone. I've done some actions that could have killed someone in the vicinities, and I've not heard about it on news, but I was young enough that I wasn't listening to the news. Me, I don't think I did, but I did did kind of kill someone one time a little bit. I wouldn't say kill, but just like nah, no, never mind. Like I know I'm usually an open book, but maybe like some stuff maybe I should like close book. And sorry. I didn't burn down a whole park. Like this whole area is called like a fucking blah 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 park, and it's like a big like multiple acre park. And I did burn that down. Like you know what I mean. Like I'm not gonna tell you about someone I feel responsible for like killing, but I did burn down like the whole park, and it was like it was like we used to go to dollar store and like I don't know, as kids we knew what matches and knew what freedom. So we're like, I was like put just lighting matches and throwing, and it wasn't even like it was a wet day. Like it was, and I was in Boy Scouts, and I should have known fire fucking safety a little more. But I was just like, I don't know, aimlessly just boom, boom, and then that fucking yellow, dry tall grass caught, and then we're like, oh my goodness, we start fucking trying to put it out, and man, we were I don't know 3, 4 of us trying to put out what a match started within moments in the dry grass. And within those moments, it got so out of control. Like, I remember it wasn't me, but somebody took their sweater off or their jacket off and was trying to do the jacket smother. And it got so big, so out of control, so quick that, like I said, all of us couldn't put it out. And then we're like, let's get out of here. And the the whole park went in flames. And the whole time we were like up in the kids' park, just kind of like, God damn! Like we were just like up at the top, just what like, God damn, you know what I mean? No, in battle for it's more for me, like you know what I mean, like it's a hard explanation, and I don't know, I think it would get in my feels too much, like maybe one day, maybe one day. You know what I mean? I do have you know what I mean weight to bear like for stuff like that, and I don't know. I don't think tonight's the night where I should like I don't know, unbear it, or we'll wait to bear unbear. I don't know. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, yeah. I guess I do. I hate someone. I don't really have a lot of hate in my heart, and I have like maybe for a couple people, like the guy who sold me the car. I wouldn't even call it hate because I'm part to blame in that. Like I would call it like I don't know, hard feelings towards this fella. And I have another friend that hates me for fucking 1,000% the wrong reasons. Not that there's any reasons. And I don't hate him, but I don't know. I got feeling towards this thing. No, I don't. I don't really have a lot of hate in my heart. Like you know what I mean. Like I don't put myself in a position to hate anyone. Oh, you want to borrow $20? If you're one of my deadbeat friends that I know I'll never get a dime from it, I'll think a little bit. I'll think long and hard, except for it be like, probably doesn't have to be. Am I willing to give this guy and never see it again the $20 he asked for? Or no, I don't have it, but I am willing to lose $10 because maybe the reason is you do need it for something. Here's $10, but or like straight up no, like you know what I mean. I try not to put myself in those positions where I would have to hate someone in that sense. But I still don't have hate in my heart. Like so, no, no. There's a bunch of assholes in this life, and there's a bunch of assholes, and those assholes don't really have to affect you. Like at the end of the day, like you have that asshole moment with that asshole, and then that's over, and then you go home to your family that's not assholes, and then you hang around with your friends that aren't assholes, and between the family and friends, which I believe I have a high caliber of, assholes don't really matter. Like you know what I mean? Assholes don't matter at all. Like you know what I mean? Great family, and then I hang around with like, in my opinion, are like fucking wicked awesome friends. A short 1 minute to 10 minute interaction with an asshole, even if it is on the possibly in your work area or someone you would encounter on the regular, it don't matter. You know what I mean? Aren't they miserable? Like you know what I mean? Aren't they miserable? One of the things I can say, and I think I don't even think I have said it. I've only failed one job interview, and it didn't even make sense for me to fail it. But we won't talk about that. But during a job interview, you know what I've been saying lately because I believe it's true, and I haven't been saying it long, and just in the last few years for job interviews. Let's say the last two job interviews, but I believe it to be true. I have an infectious personality. Like you know what I mean? If I come into I'm at an interview. Like, I'm here to join your work setting. if you were to allow me to join your work setting, I have an infectious personality where I could uplift the spirits of everyone here. Like, you know what I mean? Like, if I see someone, I'm never rude. I'm like, hey, I have to say something funny over here, and then I talk to you and say something funny over there. And it's a fucking gabagool over here. You know what I mean? I have an infectious personality, and I've said that in a couple jobs interviews. And you know what that happened? I got those jobs, and if they would not tell me I was wrong. They would not, could not tell me I was wrong. So I mean, I don't have hate in my heart. I try to, like, I don't know, spread the opposite. So that's why when there is some, even in my wheelhouse or in my vicinity, I'm like, why should there even be hate around here? Like, you know what I mean? But yeah, some people are assholes, and it's hard for me to believe it's beyond my control. But sometimes to avoid stress, then yeah, you have to believe that it is beyond your control sometimes. You know. You know something? You're a cool guy. And I figure you meant guy, even though I read goo and you autocorrected. I'm a cool goo. And I appreciate that. I'm glad you, not glad, like, I appreciate you recognizing that. And man, I think you are. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I think you are. I think Johnny Azul is. I think Rachel is. Like, you know what I mean? I think you all are, and that's why I appreciate the time that we get to hang out and chit chat and stuff like that. Like minded, like that's what I mean. Like, I don't advertise my YouTube channel. I don't advertise anything. If you stumble upon me and you linger around, that's because we're like minded people. Like, you know what I mean. You don't mind my drunken rants, and I value your inputs, and we've built a friendship. Like, you know what I mean. We built something here. You know what I mean? Do we build a community center? No. Do we build a house? No. But we build a fucking shed, and I'm glad for everyone fucking in the shed. You know what I mean? We get another one of these, and luckily they're just right over E. They're just right over E over E. And guys, when you first start off the night, you're like, oh man, I better make sure my drinks are cold and this and that. But real, realistically, after a little bit, after the one or two, like, does temperature of the drink really matter? Like, you know what I mean? Like, room temperature book bag. Like, oh man, are your drinks cold? The only way I could describe it is like room temperature book bag. They're about, I don't know, room temperature book bag, not a bead of sweat on them. Hey, new flavors. Tastes pretty darn still good. Like, you know what I mean? Still refreshing. Still is. You know what I mean? Let's be friends. Yeah. Why are you saying it like that? Aren't we? Why are you saying let's be? Shouldn't it be aren't we? Huh? Shouldn't it? Unless you don't like room temperature beers, and then if you're a Boy Scout, that's up to you to bring your own and chill them to your liking. I'll offer any one of my friends what I have, but maybe what I have is not what you want. I got room temperature drinks, and then I'll roll my joints with tobacco. That tobacco one's a big fucking. That tobacco one's a big one. So, tobacco in here, but I'm nice enough that like, okay. If you are one of my friends, here's a nog for you to roll one without it. Like, you know what I mean? But technically, if you're fucking, I don't know, fucking stranger or a fucking acquaintance, I'm gonna smoke my joint with tobacco the way I want it. The fact that you don't want it, like it, smoke your own, like your own, do. Hopefully, you brought your own shit. If you smoke it, you hopefully got it. You know what I mean? I ain't your daddy. Smoke your own. You know? Your job is interesting. I like to paint. Ah, man, painting's relaxing. Painting's nice. If I was doing it at home, I'd be like stoned. Like I'd be like smoking joints all day long. Never smoked a joint ever at work. Cause I don't know, just out of like when I work for, I try to give my all to someone, and I don't know, smoking would distract me, or maybe sometimes you want a clean finish, but maybe I should start smoking. You know what? You had me convinced. Maybe I should start smoking weed on the job all the time. Hmm. I don't know. Let's put a pin in that. Let's put a pin in that. But I don't only also paint. Like I do flooring, crack filling, um, tub caulking. I do vanity replacement. I do light fixtures. I renovate. I renovate. Now, yeah, the place is big. There's a lot of it's painting, but it's a little bit more than painting. And I don't mind painting. I honestly I don't mind it. I don't mind it. I almost take pride in how good I am at cutting, which is weird because I knew how I was when I started, and I know where I am now. And like, man, I will fucking cut into something crazy, and I don't put a drop on the floor, uh, and I don't put a drop on whatever. I don't even put a I don't even put a piece of paint on what it's not supposed to be on. Like I'm kind of great at painting. I am kind of great at painting. Yeah, that's what it is. System downsities and heathies. Accidentally froze my beer a few times, and that happens. You show up to party with like room temperature beers, you're like I'll put them in the freezer. Next thing you know, a good time happens, and you're like I don't know, an hour later getting back to it. At that point, it's a gamble. Like an hour in a freezer, it's either like just right and cool, or it might be a little slush. You know what I mean? Sorry, am I speaking too much random things? No, not at all, dude. Talk about whatever. We even talk about fucking I don't know chips and snacks or fucking grandmas and badminton or whatever you want to. The fucking the torque converter on your tire change. It don't matter, dude. You say whatever, dude. Smoke weed at work? I don't think so. Um, I've smoked weed at work for jobs I shouldn't have, and then I've not smoked weed at work at jobs that I could have. So I don't know. We'll see. I take this job kind of seriously, like seriously sometimes to a point, And seriously, sometimes not 2 point, but seriously, sometimes I don't know. Well, like is that what this conversation has come to? Is like, will I do drugs on the regular at work? Probably not. But also might have will. Like I like a little bit of mushrooms, like you know what I mean. And honest to God, like I don't even know why. I don't even know why I'm like this, but every day, every day, 360, like every day I'm at work in my car, which my car is parked right in front of the Ram site, right? I will bring my weed and mushrooms and other things always. In my head, I'm like, what if I have one of those days where I just won't give a fuck and I'm just gonna go to the drug bag and just go blah blah, and then I never do. Like I never do. Like I always have like mushrooms in the car, like I don't know, like 20 feet away every time I go to work, every fucking day. Thinking I'm like, I gotta do mushrooms because I've had enough of this bullshit and I want to smoke some weed. But I never do. I never do. I should. I never do. Uh, vape pen at yeah, vape pen at work is like fucking double 007. Like a vape pen at work, it don't smell, and unless you're a fucking total newbie, you won't even fucking seem high too much. You know what I mean? Red Wing 25, what's up, man? Do I believe in aliens? Do I believe in aliens? Wouldn't I be a fucking absolute tool if I didn't? Like, believe in aliens. Like, what? We're the only life in the fucking whole atmosphere and the whole fucking hemisphere and the whole fucking universal sphere. I'm not saying there's others like us, but there's others. Ooh. I never smoked weed before. I don't know. I don't like it. Mm, oh, that went out. Battle for a Day. I don't. I don't. Honestly, I back in the day, you know what I'd be like, oh, you have to smoke weed. You gotta enjoy. You gotta see what I'm talking about. You gotta enjoy this. But as an adult, and now I don't even smoke that much. Yeah, I'll smoke a lot, but like sometimes I won't even. So, anyways, what I'm saying is, if you're stressed out, if you want to get your mind off things for a little bit, try it out. But if weed becomes one of your like, let's call it a dependence or an everyday all day, it does kind of take the motivation out of your life a little bit. And is there anything negative about weed? No, it won't kill you. It's great. Blah blah blah. I even think you should drive on it. But the negative thing is, if weed is your all day every day, you will lose motivation, I guess, in life a little bit. That's the only fucking, I don't know, the downfall. In my opinion, and I mean, some people might view it different, but I'm baked as fuck, dude. Look at these. Look at these. I'm baked as fuck too. Look at these. Try some light 5 milligram edibles. They're relaxing. And yeah, edibles is a way, a new way, but man, the first time I did edibles, I took too much. I took too much. Like it was like fucking Fear Loathing Las Vegas. Like too much, too much. I had the Phoenix tears, and you know how it comes in the syringe. It's like put a grain of rice, Put a bloops of a grain of rice on a cracker, and I was like, but bloops. I did a fucking giant Superman S instead of a grain of rice. I was like, well, it's out of the syringe. I can't put it back. Let me just eat this. I ate that. I tripped balls so much so in a negative way where I was like, well, I'm high as fuck. I'm not liking it. Let me go to bed. I went to bed, slept 8 hours, woke up, tripping balls still. And then I had to drive to work, and I had to drive to work like an hour away. Oh man, it wasn't a pleasant drive. It was a sketchy, sketchy drive. And I don't know, ever since then, like edibles, I've been like, if I didn't have that bad experience, let me build up to that bad experience would have been different. But that was like one of my first experiences, right? Like, that's why I wish I didn't fuck up edibles for myself like that, but I kind of did. So now, like, I don't want to be a pussy. People like, oh man, you're Deadpool 420. You smoke all this weed. No, have an edible. I'm like, well, okay. How much are you having? They're like, oh, I'm having this much, like 100 milligrams. I'm like, let me have like half of what you're having. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I still kind of puss out. Like, I mean, I just seem like I'm even a big pussy, or like, you know what I mean? Like, I should have just said no. But then I'm like, oh, let me just have half of what you're having. And then even then, I'm like, hopefully I don't trip. Because it was acidy. All that Phoenix Tears was acidy to me. Like, you know what I mean? Like, there's movement, there's trailing, there's visuals. Like, it was acidy. And it lingered for, G- geez Louise, it lingered for like, I don't know, like 10, 12 hours. I took too much, right? Yeah, same here. Edibles are no joke. Like, you know what I mean? And you know what? I find it crazy, and I try to explain to everyone that ever talks about it. It's like, oh man, there's like 60 milligrams in this. There's 60 milligrams. Milligrams is a fucking gram. It's a weight, right? So 60, 40, 100, 5, whatever the fuck number you're saying, I have to say, of what? So 50 milligrams of what? Of THC? Of THC of what percentage? Of what? Like, of what? Of what? Because, man, I've had some shit that was like labeled, I don't know, 60 milligrams, laid me on my ass. I've had some shit that was labeled, I don't know, 120 and did nothing. Like, you know what I mean? Like, of what? Milligrams is a weight. Of what? Of what? Yeah, it's milligrams of THC formula that we put in these brownies or in these cookies. Okay, okay. So you weighted an amount of the substance. Of what percentage? Like, of what? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I hate to sound like a scientist, but of fucking what? What did you put in this? Like, of what? I've got some Kush mints, apple filter. Bro, what? I've got some Kush mints, apple fritter, and purple alien. Is the apple fritter like the donut or the weed? Edibles are, yeah. Coke sucks, and I do agree. Coke sucks. Like, there's no reason to do coke in life. Like, fuck coke. You know what's better than coke? Anything else. Like, like, for you those, you guys want a coke lecture? You want to know what coke does? And I don't. Hopefully, I don't sell it because coke sucks. Like, personally, if you do it, I can't even go. I can't even start throwing names out there. If you do it, oh, you're a fucking idiot. You're not an idiot. Um, I don't know. I just don't think you're seeing it my way. So, anyways, you do weed, man. Weed will make you, like, I don't know, forget about your problems. They'll make you giggle. They'll do this. Uh, beer, beer and booze will, I don't know, make you forget your problems. They'll make you a little braver. They'll do this. Coke takes all that away. I find it just sobers you up. Oh, you want to be alert and blah, blah, and spend a shit ton of money? That's Coke. You know what else does that? A good night's sleep. You know what I mean? For $80 you get Coke. For 8 hours sleep you get Coke. Like you know what I mean? Like you sleep 8 hours and you're alert. That's what Coke does. Like you know what I mean? Like it's not for me. It's not for me, and hopefully it's not for you. And if it is for you, no judgment. You know. Hopefully you don't judge my lifestyle. I won't judge your lifestyle. Do as much coke as you want. Hopefully it doesn't affect your fucking life, and then maybe I'll step in and we'll intervention. But realistically, I'm not here to judge. You're not here to judge. But it's judging. It's not for me. It's not for me. Back in the Wild West weed days, I bought 1,000 milligram cookie trip balls. Yeah, yeah, yeah. When I said of what, when you hit 1,000 milligrams, I don't even think it matters really of much, of what. Like you know what I mean, like 1,000 milligrams of THC extract of the shittiest outdoor is still 1,000. That's a high number. I'm pretty sure you would get trip balls, right? Have you ever driven drunk? Um, are you a fucking cop? If not, I live in the Maritimes of Canada. And that being said, I don't think I need to answer that question. Uh, Perfectly described. I assume you mean like cocaine. Like yeah, what a fucking useless fucking what a useless tool. Like you know what I mean? Like if you're a toolbox with tools, weed's got a purpose. This has got a purpose. Coke, an 8 hour sleep replaces that for way less money. Like you know what I mean? Like don't be silly. Shit got me downing weird. Shit like buying a new 7 gram in the morning. And it does do that. You do get the. After a big high, there comes a down. I found acid was like that. They call it like, what was it? Oh, you feel dirty afterwards. Like after you take acid, you feel dirty or whatever. Mushrooms is natural acid and it don't do that. But I do hear people like, and I've only done the snowflake stuff, like you know what I mean, a handful of times, and every time I'm like not impressed. Um, you know what I mean? There you go. I hate drugs. Less alcohol. Yeah, but, you know what I mean? Battle for day. You're not wrong to I don't know, one of the better things in life or the healthier things in life. I'm just gonna go off camera just to piss off this deck here for a sec. Oh man. I wish I had a longer camera cord. Not for the piss, but while I was pissing, I can clearly hear, and it shouldn't be there. I can clearly hear, but it shouldn't be there. There's a deer in the backyard. There is a big old deer in the backyard, munching on my fucking garden and all my good stuff. Like I can hear it. Like it's not a raccoon. Like crunch, crunch, heavy crunch. And man, if you only knew the geography of this area, there shouldn't be deer here, but there is. I would camera. You know what I mean? Like, if I was alone, let me give you a glimpse into like if I was alone. With no camera on, I wouldn't be YouTubing. I'd be like right over here. Actually, some over here too. I have these like pellet guns, BB guns, and all this and that. I'm not aiming to hurt this thing, right? But I have a couple that have like lasers and lights on them, and I would be like, quick, 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 crack. I would confirm that what I heard, because I didn't see it, I just heard it visually, visually like this. Confirm that's a deer with the light and the laser possibly, and be like, boom, hip shot. Get the fuck out! Get out of my cucumbers! Get out of my green beans! Look at me, just enough to like go fuck around over here instead of here. You know what I mean? Over there. I hate drugs. That's awesome. A zombie deer. It's not a zombie deer, but like there's no reason for a deer, but there's train tracks over there, and then I don't know if you've been around enough that over here I call it over there. I call it the rape trail, and you're like, if you never heard it, you're like, oh, the rape trail. What the fuck is that? Uh, at the end over here, there's a fucking big old wooded trail that goes like real deep to the river, bend up. There's no light in there, and that is scary. That's scary walking at night. At night, that's scary walking. Like even me as a grown adult, like when I walk there, like I always have a knife in my pocket. But guess what? Poof poof, safety's off. Safety's off this knife, and I'm walking, and I'm like, Barco. And if I ever hear a polo back, I'm either stabbing or running. Like, you know what I mean? So, anyways, in this trail that we call the rape trail, I found, I don't know, 5 stolen bikes, the fucking safe from the corner store. There's people like actually killed down here and this and that. You know what I mean? Like, um the deers could come from this rape trail and get here, and then once they're here they're kind of stuck in this weird area, is what I was getting at. I didn't mean to like steer away from the deer into like trail mischief, but it did, because it's like railroad tracks to the rape trail, and then they're stuck over here, and then they're eating my goddamn fucking vegetables. You know what I mean? And where my weed at? There it is. I want to roll another hoot, like, you know what I mean? Like, it's a little late, but I ain't done. Like, you know what I mean? I ain't done. Roll another hoot, hang out a little more, and you know, when someone likes drugs and stuff like that, and they have good friends that also likes drugs and this and that, like, you get given drugs. I don't know about you guys. I don't know if you guys are cool enough that people just give you drugs all the time. Like, you know what I mean? I'm not given enough that I don't have to buy my own. Yes, I buy my own, but I'm given some all the time. For buddies like, oh man, I grew my own weed to try this. Or I came across this really good stuff. Try this, try this. You know what I mean? It's more like a try. It's almost like, oh, dude, they want the dead poop seal of approval of weed. Oh, the dead poop likes this. The price of the weed just went up. But yeah, I got some free weed tonight. Is what I'm saying. I got the free weed tonight, guys. And where's my grinder? Is it common to see bears in Canada? Man, if you want to see a bear, if you want to see a bear, guess what? Come to my house right now, or any time of the day. Just come to my house, and then you know what we'll do? We'll go to the dump. We'll go like, I don't know, 15 minutes away to the Grand Bay dump, and we'll see all kinds of bears. And you know what else we'll see? You know how they're saying bald eagles are extinct? We'll see a tree. At the dump, we'll see a tree with like, I don't know, 30 bald eagles on this one tree. That's that's what happens at the dump over here. 15 minutes away. Like, you want to see a bear, let's go to a dump. You want to see like, bald eagles are so rare. We'll go to a dump, man. I'll just point you at a tree with like fucking 30 of them. But also, yes, bears are common. Like, besides the dump, if you live in like if you live in a rural spot, probably once every, I don't know, few weeks, a wild bear catches wind of someone's garbage in your neighborhood and is like, oh man, it's better than fucking berries and fucking dead carcasses? Your leftover pizza, and boom. And then that bear comes back for your leftovers in your garbage. And then next thing you know, that bear's around too much, where it's unfortunate. It is unfortunate, but that bear's gotta die. It's tasted crack. It's tasted human food from a garbage bag that is way better than what exists in the wild. And that bear will always come back. And that's sad. It's unfortunate, but like that bear has to die now. And even relocating it is such an expensive task that, because man, it's a bear, right? I'm a human. I'm a lazy fucking ass human, and if I had to, I could travel multiple kilometers in a day. You give me a weekend with the proper crack motivation, I can get pretty far in a weekend. Like, I can get like, I don't know, here to almost across the fucking province in a weekend or so. Especially if you're like a fucking crack fiending bear or whatever. So to relocate one of these bears that's tasted garbage is pricey. Like, it's not cost effective. So they did. You know what I mean? And going back to what we said before, man, if I could get a dead garbage bear's old dead man's head's motorcycle helmet, oh man, wouldn't be the item. Wouldn't that be the item? Huh? Is weed legal in Canada? Or do you buy from some crack house? Both. Weed is legal in Canada, and Canada has like these, like, I don't know, these like legit Canada government employee weed stores. And also, because the laws are so weird and obscure and gray, instead of going to them and paying their prices, you can go to a bunch of people that, I don't know, almost like started like weed corner stores. And it's like, wow, buy your weed from, and no, and the cops aren't shutting them down. And yeah, so there's cowboy weed dealers all over where I'm from, and I haven't stepped foot in a government one in, I don't know, couple, in like, I don't know, months, like a year, just because you get better deals in the fucking shadier neighborhoods. And man, my weed, this is given weed, like, this is gonna be great. But the weed I bought on the cheap skis at the dispensary just down the street here in the ghetto, I bought a ghetto price weed for a ghetto price product. Like, you know what I mean? The weed's shitty. And remember when I said I had that seedy weed that was super cheap? That was because of the seeds. This weed is super cheap, not because of seeds, because it gives that tickle in your throat. Gives that throat tickle. I don't think it was like, I don't know, flushed properly. If you guys know about weed terms, I don't think it was flushed properly, and kind of gives you that cough, that cough fucking throat tickle weed. But man, the price is so cheap. It's like, all right, let me get an ounce of this. So fucking cheap, and way well before you're done the, and it's pink kush is what they're calling it. Well before I'm done the ounce, or pretty soon after, let me get some weed that don't tickle my throat, and still have weed in the, like. Anyways, I have probably like, I don't know, 15 different strands of weed in that bag, just like random weed bags. Just I don't I don't finish a weed bag. I just move on to the next. Uh, but in your state is legal, right? Well, I'm in Canada, right? So it's like provinces. It's legal in all of Canada for one, but for two, I don't know if I come across as like unstable or unhinged, and I shouldn't. But my brain is wired differently than some. I have PTSD, and I don't know if that's. And it started from a young age, like, you know, from a young age. Like, I'm not talking. I had it yesterday and I got it today or whatever. Um, I don't know if that makes me like, I don't know. I don't know how I come across. I don't if I come across unhinged or okay or blah. But I've had my prescription for weed for 8 years. Like, you know, I mean, years. Where even before it was legal in Canada, it was legal for me, bitches, because it calms me down, lets me forget about life a little bit. But nowadays, I've had panic attacks off weed, and I've like tapered off weed. And sometimes it's not my solution. Like, you know what I mean? What once was my like PTSD solution isn't really that effective right now. And in a good way, in a sense where I think life is like, it's almost like I understand life a little more and life is a little better. That I don't know. Yes, I have like fucking night terrors and all this and that. I do still have like most of it, and I'm still weird as fuck sometimes socially. But I find I don't give a fuck as much. Like, you know what I mean? And also because weed is not the answer. Like, I've had panic attack off weed, and it's like, your doctor, you're prescribing me weed, cool, and then eventually it turned into the weed was so strong that it like fucking gave me like panic attacks. Like I'm on panic attack pills, which I never take because I never have them, but sometimes I do have them, and I take one because it's prescribed and it helps. Because it's supposed to. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Yeah, so yeah, weed is legal in all of Canada. And I trailed up. Weed is legal in all of Canada. And there's like Canadian stores, and like you can grow, Canadians can grow weed on a small scale all they want. Like my grandma can grow weed. Your grandma can grow weed. Like my fucking daughter could. Like I don't know if there's any age. Like, you know, like that's a question. Could my daughter grow it legally? Because everyone can, right? And I know System of a Down. I say that. I say that out of habit, and a lot of times I say that on perfect purpose, and it all stems from I noticed it came into my like vocabulary a while ago, like we're talking like 20 years ago, when all the rappers were doing it, and I got a kick out of it. A rapper would say like, "Oh, I'm going to a store and I bought a pop." You know what I mean? Of course, you know what I mean. You said exactly what you said, and then you almost like instead of putting a period at the end of the sentence, you're asking affirmation. And I got a kick out of that. It's like everything they said is like, blah, 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 you know what I mean? You know what I mean? So I started saying it just as a joke. And it was like legit, it was only a joke to me. Like I only laughed in my own head over this for years. And then after a while, because I did it so much, I found myself saying it like not on purpose, like unbeknownst. It was like, man, know what I mean? Just slipping out, booms, just slipping out, slipping out. So sometimes it slips out, and sometimes I say it just to amuse myself. When I say something obscure, something weird, I'll throw it at the end of the sentence, or it'll slip. Like you know what I mean? It's a fine. It's a verbal tick. It's a verbal tick. I think it's Tourette's. Know what I mean? How are you feeling today? For real. Man, I feel good today. Um, but I make weird life decisions where like a normal people wouldn't shouldn't even like. You know what I did today? I no showed at work. I no showed at work because the other guys had the day off and were supposed to work in a restaurant. I could have asked for the day off and I would have got it, but I decided to no show. And it's like it's gonna work out fine because I'm working Sunday. But at the same time, it's like it didn't matter. It didn't matter. Like they could be upset at me and they could be this at me. I would take it to heart. I would probably lose sleep depending on how it goes down because I stress over everything. But the point was I was trying to say I don't stress over anything, and sometimes I don't. Sometimes I prioritize what I think is right, and then I stress about it afterwards, and then I grind my teeth at night. Crash, 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 crash. You know what I mean? I don't know if that it's I guess I'm feeling good. I guess I'm feeling good. Um, yeah, got a few of them as well. Yeah, like a weird like verbal slip in. And man, I knew a guy that I kid you not developed a tick on purpose that couldn't get rid of a tick. This guy was a hardcore Patrick Waugh. Patrick Waugh, the goalie, Montreal Canadiens goalie, Patrick Waugh. Uh, and Patrick had a couple little ticky poos, like, I'm a goalie and I tick, nervous ticks, tickety doos. And this guy had no ticks. This guy, Stefan. I don't even say his name. Fuck this guy. Hate him. He punched me in the mouth and I laughed at him. And then he got in trouble. What a bitch. What a fucking bitch. Anyways, Stefan. He was a big fan of Patrick's and he was a goalie. He was like, so he started like pretending to do ticks, just like fucking Patrick Waugh. This guy had no ticks. Thought he was a fucking shit ass goalie. Started doing ticks. And then guess what happened in life after a bit? Phil's got fucking ticks. Click, 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 click. You know what I mean? Like, because this guy was an idiot and fucking developed ticks, got ticks. Now he's got, and one of them's verbal. Like, is you like, yeah, go in the store. I'm gonna get some chocolate milk, and then twitch, twitch. Like, you know what I mean? And he did that. He did that to himself. Oh, am I making fun of a handicap? Oh, it's too soon, dead boob. It's too soon. No, it's not too soon. He did that. He did that to himself. He Botoxed his own fucking ticks into his head. He did that. Uh, do believe in heaven. I don't believe in heaven, but I'd hate hell, if that makes sense. Cause I grew up Catholic, and because of that, I thought it puts brainwashing good values in your head. Kind of is the way I see it. Like religion is a fucking organized crime, is what it is. It's like a fucking tax break organized crime approved by the government, is what religion is. But I grew up in it, and it instills good values. Like, you know what I mean? It's like, oh man, instead of your mom telling you not to steal, there's a whole fucking church telling you not to steal. Instead of your mom telling you not to kill, there's a whole church telling you not to kill. So, anyways, I thought it put in good values, so I got my daughters in it. It's like, all right, let's give you some good core values, and then after that, boom. And even when they were in it, I was done with, like, I was in the church. I just wanted them to have a little core values. Um, and I was like, if the fucking priest, because I don't believe in shit. Like, if the priest says or does anything weird, you gotta tell me. Like, you know what I mean? I was pretty much like, I don't even like this guy. If this fucking priest does anything the fucking weird, you gotta tell me, or whatever. But that being said, like, is there a heaven? Even though I was in the Catholic Church and I feel this way about it now, is there heaven? I don't know. I don't know. It'd be crazy. It'd be crazy to fathom, I guess, with science. Is there a hell? Hell in my brain, like heaven would be a super great reward. Like, do I deserve a giant great reward that you're like, ah, man, let me be happy 24/7. Let me just ejaculate 24 hours a day. Just, oh, I'm in heaven, just come. Ah, God. And I don't know how heaven works. I don't know how you reach total happiness. But in that sense, if that's what I believe total happiness is, I could think of shitty hell, and hell, my shitty hell of my thought of hell, which, like, someone could maybe think of it to way make it even shittier, is so horrible that I'm scared of that. You know what I mean? Like, I don't believe in heaven, but I'm scared of hell, because I can think of a hell for myself, and it can only get worse from there. Like, you know what I mean? So I'm just scared of hell. Like, fuck religion, but at the same time I'm scared of hell. But I don't belong there anyways. Like, you know what I mean? Yes, I've done some, I don't know if you call them rule breakers or this and that, but realistically, and as far as karma goes, like, oh man, a little bad takes a lot of good, but doesn't it just eventually, like, teeter totter balance out? You know what I mean? So that's how I feel about that, I guess. Know what I mean? But hell exists. Um, and that's your opinion. You know what I'd like? I'd like a fucking, like a soft brainwash memory removal, soul still in there, fucking reincarnation. You know what I mean? I think that would be the neat way to go. Like, you know what I mean? If I was gonna pick a fucking outlandish way, man, let me be me. in a new baby, or maybe not even. Let me be a pigeon or anything, right? Let me have my fucking soul and some of my fucking into another thing, and it goes on. I think that'd be neato. Where all of a sudden, like, this like kid out of nowhere is like, know what I mean? Know what I mean? Deadpool 420. They wouldn't say that, but like, know what I mean? Or a couple characterisms of myself. Like, you know what I mean? Oh man, the old Timothy, he's always seems to be an old soul. You know what I mean? But heaven sounds nice. You know what I mean? Scared of hell, but heaven sounds nice. Like, what am I getting? Fucking Britney Spears blowjobs all the time? Is that what's happening in my heaven? Like, what is heaven? Or just like almost like all amenities? Oh, you can hit the water slides or the badminton courts. Like, you know what I mean? Like, okay, so it's not like Britney Spears blowjobs, like whenever you want, or is it? Like, is it? What is heaven? You know what I mean? Oh, jeez. And I don't even like talking about that shit. I don't even like talking about that shit. You know, man, two stories. Was it the same priest? Maybe no. It was. I think it was two separate priests. No, I think it was maybe the same. I don't know. It's hard to keep my priest straights. But I remember at my oldest kid's baptism, it was like fucking picture time with the priest, and it was like a closed baptism. And it was like fucking my family and the wife's family, and that was it. You know what I mean? In the church, and it was like a picture time, and I'm like, boom! I rabbit eared the priest, unbeknownst to him. And then there's a few pictures of like the mother-in-law, like taking the pictures of the group, and like, you know what I mean. This was like me, the wife, and the kid, and the priest. I like, rabbit-eared him a couple times. Mm, yeah. I don't know. I don't like that. I don't like that because I do see some sometimes, and I don't even want to say that out loud. Battle for a day, but if you're trying to trip me out, I don't like it because I don't like that kind of fucking that sketch out. Ugh. I don't know. Keep it up. That's just gonna make me want to sign off and go the fuck inside and close this door. So I should just talk about something else then. Yeah, yeah, I should. I might be getting a bidet. Like there's not talks, but there's opportunities of me getting a bidet. One of my jobs is I went to like fucking this tower. There's like 15 stories up elevator tower. And man, the toilet had a bidet, like a side bidet. Not it wasn't like a toilet bidet, it's just a side bidet. Like, you know what I mean? Like the side bidet, like the add-on. And if they're gonna rent that place out, you got a full reset. It's a toilet, is a toilet. Toilet shouldn't have a bidet, but boss, can I have the bidet? I'll put the bidet on my toilet and maybe use it. I don't know. I don't know. You know what I come to find out about bidets that's kind of gross is how a seat. Let's say you have that gnarly shit. It might spray up towards the back a little bit. Like eventually, like you know what I mean. Like there might be a little upspray in the back. And with a bidet, because where it shoots, this old lady, I can assume, is because this is a building full of old people. The front of the toilet seat was all fucking full of like shit and like fucking almost like sandblasted off paint and shit like that. Um, so it kind of shoots towards the front. Anyway, somebody say something. You got me all fucking just weirded out. Exactly. You're just joking. Thank you. Thank you. And you must have saw that from a previous stream where I don't know, I just don't like that kind of talk just because it's like, yeah. Thank you. You're joking. Where the fuck's Johnny Azul? Is Johnny Azul even in here? Johnny, where you at, bro? Like, are you even in here? So what's next? What are we gonna talk about? You guys want to talk about, I don't know, comic books again, or comic books, or talk about how I got like a fucking pretty hurtful cut off of a pistachio. You guys ever fucks around with the pistachios? And like they're shells, right? So I don't know how your move is. And and it's probably you're probably eating them the same way my buddy does, and maybe I'm silly, but anyways, I put my two nails in it, and then I do one of these ones, chinks, to separate it. So I don't know, take my nail into the thing, and I crack it open, and I eat the pistachio. I mean, I cut the inside of my nail real bad, like pistachio nut, like shell, like sliced the inside. I was like gushing up blood. I was like, oh my god, that's squirt, 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 and like, you know what I mean? Underneath it's tender. Like if I push on it, it's tender, right? And then I was like, I had more pistachios, and I brought them to the bars with a couple of my buddies, and I was telling that story, and fucking dude's like, well, what do you mean? You don't crack them open with your mouth? It's like, no, man, they're in the hard shell. He's like, oh, you put them in your mouth and one at a time, and just crick crunch, and then you get the shells out. That's how you get all the flavor. And I was like, I don't know. Maybe it is how, but anyways, it's less harmful than I guess like trying to fucking finger thumb the shell open and getting that under nail cut, and that hurts. What kind of movie do you want to talk about? You want to talk about Suicide Squad? Is that fucking spoiler alert all done? Because what a great movie! What a great movie! And the fact that Pete Davidson, man, I thought Pete Davidson was in the movie. Like you know what I mean? And if you saw it, you know what I mean. Like Pete Davidson wasn't in the movie, was he? Uh, I don't know. I liked it a lot. The shark guy was cool. The rat girl was cool. I didn't like the. I don't know. I thought they could have made that fucking rat girl cooler, in a sense. Like, whoa, what are you? Just a fucking teenage girl, or was she an adult? Was she an adult or not a teenage girl with dark hair and just control rat? Isn't that it? And she was tired all the time. I don't know, like I don't know. The shark was cool. Everyone's fucking raving over the shark guy. Oh man, that's a coolest shark guy. And then you know what they did? They showed what was he on, like Teen Titans or something like that, or the Flash. He was on the Flash. Yeah, the Flash, or something like that. The fucking the shark dude, whatever the fuck his name is. And like, oh man, they nailed it on this one, and on the Flash they didn't nail it. On Suicide Squad they nailed it, and on the Flash they didn't nail. And there was like a side by side little fucking clip it of it. I was like, man, the fucking the shark dude on the Flash looked pretty fucking cool too. Like, you know what I mean? Like, as cool or cooler even. He looked taller, slimmer, sharker even. Even that even. He looked grayer, darker, slimier even that even. And then yeah, like a lot of people died. I like the fact that a lot of people died too. That was cool. But I bet you the fucking and it's like this all the time in comic books. The first appearance of that fucking the spot guy is worth the first appearance of the shark dude now. Like even okay, the build up to the movie, the price of the comic went up. Boom. Now it's up. And the movie's coming out. The price is up already. The fact that everyone loved the character, boom, the price just boom redid another little triangle spike. You know what I mean? Zip. You know what I mean? If you were smart, if you were to foresee the future, you were like, oh, I heard this movie's coming out. These characters are going to be in it. Let me buy the first appearance. By then, the hype would have still been in there because you found about it somehow. But now that the character is loved, ooh, sheesh, sheesh, sheesh. You know what I mean? And you know what? To me, and this won't even make sense, and I don't even think I can explain it right. But the enemy in that movie, the fucking starfish fucking thing, that meant a lot to me. Because, man, back in the day, I love comic books, and man, I lived in the country. So I couldn't go to the comic book store. I had the opportunity to come across one or two every now and then. And when I was a kid, when I was young, and that starfish fucking villain came out. It was like I don't know. I had a little clump of DC, and I hated DC, Marvel, but I had a little clump of DC, and it was like the starfish took over, like boom, boom. It took over a couple superheroes and everything. Like you know what I mean? So when I saw that, and I was like, man, the villain is a starfish from the old comic book I remember. Cool. But when I saw it, that was like and I had them. And man, I had them. Oh, I should look them up. That being said, so I guess unbeknownst to me, I just figured this out. I had the first appearance of the starfish people, probably ever. Do you know what I mean? So I did have once upon, and I got rid of that a long time ago. But the fucking the starfish people that took over people's faces, boom. I remember when they first came out, when they first showed up on DC, and it was a different storyline because I remember one of the main characters was like the DC character that had like let's say an arm of metal, and this arm was rock, and this arm was like purple. He had like a gray face or a purple face or something like that. This very multicolored guy was like, I don't know. It's almost like, yeah, if the Starfish gets a hold of this guy, the DC universe is done. Like, you know what I mean? They overpowered that guy. No, I'm not angry with anyone. I have no hate. What do you mean? I have no hate. I ain't angry with anyone. Don't be silly. And what's another movie? What's another movie? Man, I try to watch that new fucking Mark. Hey man, can Mark Wahlberger do no wrong? Half the time he can't, but sometimes he can. And I don't know if he did or not, because it was just hard to get into that fucking, what was it, that Joe Buell or that Joey, that Joe whatever, the new one where he's like walking, and he's like dealing with his like his gay son, and walking with him. Joe Joe Buell. It's like a guy. The movies is a guy's name, and I was like, Mark Wahlberg. Fuck yeah, okay. I don't know. I had a lot on the. I was like half on my phone and this and that. I think this is a movie that you might have to pay attention to, and I have to restart. But like so far, like there's no guns. Like you know, what I mean? There's no guns. There's no guns. There's no one got kidnapped. It's just like a slow movie. I was like, oh man. I thought they said he was like a Vietnam vet or something. And nope. Yeah, he is, but he doesn't kill. Like he doesn't like Vietnam at all. Like you know what I mean? He was like, Mark Wahlberg, please kill a fella in this movie, but he doesn't. Well, he doesn't up until I kind of dozed off. You know what I mean? That's like the half. Maybe he kills people later on, but at the halfway point, it didn't seem like he was like ever gonna plan to fucking kill anyone. Yeah, this movie looks great. Was it the Wahlburger movie? The whole Wahlburger movie, yes, 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 a Wahlberg, and that's a duck, and that's a clock, and that's from a truck, and that's for golf. I guess you can't run golf with truck. I just thought I'd move the camera. Move the camera. Have a little claw with y'all's. Um, there's anybody here. There is anybody here. Nope. I don't know. Is that a new movie? Well, I just put a joint out. I can relight my joint. I don't know. I can play some tunes. Fuck. I don't know. Just a slow night, and it's late too. Like maybe all this weed's got me the munchies. Like you know what I mean? I don't know. Fuck. I don't eat edibles. Although, like for my brother, like my brother loves the stuff. You know what I get for my brother? Like every occasion. And the occasion is, what is it? Your birthday? Oh, let me get you fucking this bag of crazy edibles. Oh, what is it? Father's Day. I'm a father. You're a father. Here's a bag of crazy edibles. Oh, it's Christmas time. All right, here's a bag of crazy edibles. Boom. You know what I mean? He loves it. I just like to me, like I said, like my transition into it wasn't that great. My first few experiences with Shatter wasn't that great. I'll just roll a joint. I'll just roll a joint. That's how I'll get my weed. You know what I mean? That and like I don't know. Hash is nice. Mushrooms is nice. Keef is nice. Oil. I grew up around oil, but oil is always too messy. Like fuck oil. But yeah, that's about it. Like these edibles and shatter and all this fucking good for you. Let me just roll a joint. You know, let me just roll a joint on that. And where the fuck is Johnny Azul? And yeah, you guys can get your Dead Poop 420 merch at nowheres.com, even though I have like, I don't know, 6 hats in a box back here. 6 hats in a box back here, but man, they come in handy. Like, man, this one's a crisp new one. Like, this hat is a crisp new one, right? And I'm like, I uncrisped a brand new one not too long ago just for the bike. I'm like, because my work one was white, and I have a few other ones. Like, I have like, this is my sixth one on the go. Of my own hats. Like, I mean, geez Louise. And all, anyways, so, fucking cracked out a new one. Boom, this is gonna be my motorcycle hat. So I put in my thing and then take it out of my thing and I'm gonna put my hat on after my helmet's off. And then fucking passed out all drunk, slept on the crushed it. And I was like, there's no way I couldn't pop it out for it to look right. Like this is all fucking fuckered. You know what I mean? I couldn't fucking and I was like, ah. So then I cracked out another one. So like I have a brand new one that's fucking just has if you have a big head enough to fucking reach the top of this hat should like unbend itself. Like to me though, I can't have a dent in it because my head don't even reach the top of it. You know what I mean? I can't have a dent if I can't stretch it back out, right? But yeah. LA Beast, I know you are here. He's not here. He may or may not be, but I don't know, man. I loved his last few videos, man. Man, you see that? I don't know if that turned out well on the camera, but I fucking just punch a shit out of that fucking fruit. Bow, bow, that fruit fly. Bow, bow. Twice. Where's Tater? Where's Tater? Where's Johnny Azul? Johnny Azul shows up and starts asking questions about people where people's are at. Johnny Azul just shows up. He's like, "Oh, where are you, Waldo?" Um, I like the hat. Thank you. I like the hats too, and that's why I like to keep them fresh and wear them right. I had a work one. Oh, my white one, man. I don't know if you guys ever noticed or saw it, or the transition. I don't know how many videos I made with it, but man, the white hat was like beige, dirty grease from like I don't know sweat from months of work, and then all the way up to and it was white, right? All the way up to the top to like the here is like a sweaty stain mark, like. And I was working a job in the fancy penthouse, and they left this like crazy detergent. I was like, dude, man, while we fix this place up, you know what I'm gonna do here, bruh? I'm gonna soak my hat in some hot water in the sink with this fucking shit in here. Bah, soaked it in the sink for like a fucking like I don't know, like all day. Like my white hat is OxyClean or whatever. This powder, Oxy powder. And I had my hat in the kitchen sink fucking all day, or half the day, and then I took it out, rinsed it, put it in front of the fan, and then man, that hat was looking brand new. Like even like people who saw the hat in person, like with some of my friends, I was like, "Look, man, I cleaned my work hat." And the guys like, they're like, "No, you didn't. That's a brand new hat." But I bet you money that's a brand new. I was like, "No, it's not a brand new hat. Look at the there's like paint like marks on it, but even the paint's white. Like you know what I mean? No, cleaned up real nice. That's what I mean. I don't want to wear a dented dead poop, or a stained one. I want to like represent my head right. When was the last time you had Arby's? I had a shitty batch of Arby's like 2 weeks ago. Before that was like I don't know months, but I had a shitty batch like last week or 2 weeks ago. And what did I hate about it? Ah, I got I got this chicken bacon ranch or something like that thing sandwich. I didn't like it, and my loaded curly fries were like I don't know, like kind of weak sauce a little bit. So I don't know. I think they're on like fucking restaurant timeout with me. Like fuck Arby's for a while now. You know what I mean? This is not an anti fucking Arby's commercial, but it should be because Arby's fucking sucks. And man, the roast beef, like who even likes that anymore? Like the only one I used to the only sandwich I used to get from there was well, obviously you guys wouldn't have it because it was called the Great Canadian. It was roast beef, mustard, tomatoes, pickles, lettuce, cheese, like the whole kit and caboodle. And they took that off the menu. I can't have a sandwich that makes sense with your roast beef because roast beef is gross. Like you know what I mean? You know what makes your roast beef better? Like more toppings. Let me like hide it with a tomato and like fucking lettuce and pickles and shit. Like you know what I mean? Anyways, fuck Arby's. This message sponsored you by Arby's. Yeah, fucking weak sauce. Does Fergie have COVID? I assume not. Man, I shouldn't even have to answer that, Johnny, because I talked about it. I talked about Suicide Squad. Not even. I think I threw like one small pinch of a spoiler, but I still just try to keep it spoiler free a little bit. How do you feel about Chet Hanks and White Boy Summer? Man, that's fucking Chinese to me. Like Chet Hanks, like Tom Hanks' son that talks Jamaican that Marco talks about. Besides a few little bring ups that comes up, I don't know who that guy is. And White Boy Summer, I don't even know what that is. Um, so yeah, that's fucking Chinese. I don't even know what that means. Or is is that the name of Chet Hanks' album? I don't know. See, that's what I mean. Now I'm just fucking reaching around trying to see if I can figure this out. White Boy Summer because our privileges are higher than normal recently, and then Chet Hanks died of COVID or like had something to do that was important enough to like mention. Mm, is that a new like band? Like a new band? Like a band? I don't know. It was never really confirmed that the theater was closed, even though I heard it was boarded up. But it could be closed. Kind of makes sense. Like, man, what a big building that's been like put dormant for a long time, and like that'd be a hard recovery. That would be a hard recovery, and especially in a day of pirating, anyways. Like, do I want to go to the movie theater or just wait till fucking download a torrent or something? You know what I mean? So I don't know. I could see the movie theater being closed. Like, dude did say the windows were boarded up, and this guy, I don't know. Why would he say it and kind of like put emphasis on it? Like, no, he's like, no, 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 I kid you not. Like, fucking even drive by, the windows are boarded up. Who's my favorite comedian? I don't know. That's probably pretty easy. I like Theo Vaughn. I think I like Theo Vaughn. Um, Bert Kreischer, depending on the situation, I like him a lot too. Like he's a long storyteller. Like he could Bert Kreischer could keep your attention just with like long drug out medium stories, but like Theo Vaughn will just like say random shit that will just like fucking just throw you so off guard. All right, Johnny. And you're excited about this job? This is You're gonna stay where you're at, or does this require moving? And there you go. Yeah, 100% magic 8 ball that. Magic 8 ball that, Johnny. Um, and man, is that on your top emoji? Because I should put that on top of my list too. Like, just magic 8 ball comments. Or is that? Or actually, man, I think I just magicified. I just magnified your 8 ball, assuming it was magic. It's not. It's just an 8 ball. Like I added the magic to it. And at this point, Battle for a Day, you're welcome. I've added magic to your ball. Uh, do you sew patches into that leather jacket? No, there's no patches in this one, but man, I have so many patches that I've been on the hunt for a jacket that I could cut the sleeves or a vest that's appropriate or either denim or leather. I would prefer denim though. Um because I have so many patches. I have 2 sets of Ninja Turtles. Like that's how crazy it is. Like Donatello, Michelangelo, Raphael, Leonardo. Boom. The heads. I have one that I ordered online from Wish. Took like fucking obviously like 2 months to show up and showed up. Boom, got those. And then one of my buddies gave some where it's like this like fucking neat crochet like crochet fucking patch almost. The I got of all of them like 4 of them. Boom. And then all kinds of others like you know what I mean patches. I have so many patches I want to fucking jam on this thing. And then I think I found the back piece. I actually legit found the back piece. It's gonna be you know Hans Mole Man from The Simpsons? It's what is it Mole Mania? Mole Mania? And he has a Hulk Hogan like it's like a Hulk Hogan font, and he's got a Hulk Hogan fucking thing. It's like Mole Mania. Anyways, it appealed to me. I don't know, make that the centerpiece of this vest. Cause I like Hulk Hogan. Unless I fucking find like an Ultimate Warrior or Macho Man, like you know what I mean. Still early, but right now, Mania, Mole Mania, Hulkamonia, no, it's Hulkamolia. Is it? I don't know. I could walk through the house a few rooms and get it, and just like, but no one needs to go anywhere at this point, right? I'm gonna be WFH, and then eventually in the office here in San Francisco. Oh, working from home. Working from home. How many shits do you take in one day? A lot more than a normal human being. That's for damn sure. A lot more shits than a normal human being. Whatever you believe your number of shits is, I believe mine is more. But I think I would beg you guys a Jew. That was finish that and beg you guys a Jew and I don't know. That was like a 3 hour run. That's not too bad. So Johnny, congratulations, man. Like if this is something that you want and a job that you're interested in, man, super happy for you, dude. You know what I mean? I knew the hunt was long, and man, super Super pumped. Seen any good documentaries lately? I find it hard to remember. Like I'll watch it, but it's sometimes hard to remember stuff. Oh yeah, the what is it? Fucking the it was how to sell drugs quick online fast or something like that on Netflix. It was like the true story TV show, and then there was like a documentary about it, and it was like it was kind of cool. This German kid, fucking, I don't know, he had it figured out. All right, Johnny, I bet you that you didn't.